Fade in.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Friday pre-flight as I pour myself a glass of water. Oh, we are underway. Thank you for joining me in the lounge. For those of you who are watching on the replay, thank you. Do be sure to hit the like button. And of course, if you're not subscribed and this is your first time here, or even if it's not, consider hitting the subscription button and turning notifications on so you don't miss anything, because I do release videos, and such as I did already yesterday. I dropped the Shazam review, so you can check that out as well. My goodness, do we have a lot of wonderful people in the audience already. Just to say hi to a few of you as we get started with the day. We are live, or should be live, on both YouTube and Odyssey. And if I can get some time with Brahma, maybe I'll be live on Rumble simultaneously as well here in the next week or so. So we do have a presence in all three places, in addition to Twitter and Minds, and also Getter. There, that's the one I always forget. And I used to have like a couple of other things, but I don't even bother anymore. It's too much to keep up with to begin with. And as most people point out, social media is not real life. So, but hey, everybody here is as real as it gets. And I want to say hi to all of you, including our good friend Hammeroid Hertz, checking in with us all the way from Australia, where it's quite early in the morning. And top of the morning indeed. It is St. Patrick's Day. So happy St. Patrick's Day to all, one and all, especially if it's something that you, well, celebrate. And there are probably many of you engaged in pub crawls already. And as I said on the morning show on the 6 Minute Daily, please take very good care of yourself. Please. So if that requires a phone call or the use of an Uber or Lyft, I would suggest you do that, because in the long run, it's better for everybody, mainly for you. John Sapola is here. Great to see you, my friend. We have Lord Thoth in the chat. What a great wrench that man is. Great to hang out with a wonderful Canadian human. We've got Haitian Falarudo out there. I love how we keep talking about Disney all the time right now, forgetting about Warner Brothers and DC. Well, we can talk a bit. We are going to talk a bit about DC, Shazam specifically, and I'm more than happy to talk about Warner Brothers. Let me tell you, I mentioned them today on the 6 Minute Daily, and they are worthy of conversation. Zaslav is probably the best equipped to turn things around quicker than anybody else. Although I will make an argument that things are headed in the right direction for Paramount right now. So there are lots of other media companies out there. Disney just happens to be the biggest. So the Red Ranger is here and says, did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? It has great food, but no atmosphere. I love those. Thank you for that. Oh, who else is out there in the world? Aaron Ratliff is here. Great to see you, Aaron. Good afternoon indeed. There's a wonderful wrench human being right there. His name's Darren Hughes. Thank you for being here. And yeah, if beer is in your wheelhouse, more power to you. Enjoy your libation. And just be sure to, yeah, like I said, be responsible. I sound like a dad, don't I? Terrible. Olaf von S is here. He's in a very interesting place in the world. And I will say that you are headed on the right direction, at least as far as your national politics. So congratulations to you. And good to see you, my friend. Let's see. There's my buddy, Captain Fandom Nerd in the house. Wonderful human and a great channel. There's the lovely Elizabeth Young with the cute little worms. Love it. Let's see. Yeknomino is here. Hello, folks. Well, hello to you. Y Destroyer 3466V. What's going on? Mephisto is here. Mephisto's got a great channel. Fun to hang out over there. Tom and I sometimes will find ourselves there amongst other amazing humans that you probably are familiar with. And Mephisto has a very unique show format that I suggest you check out because it is very entertaining. Dapper Bard Games is here. Made it just in time. I'm gonna have to get with you at some point, my friend. Talk a little RPG gaming. So yeah. Oh, Cash is here. What's up, Cash? Hope I see you in Vegas or someplace similar. Hopefully the poker chips are delivered on time this time, and I can give it to you there rather than in Orlando. I still will have some of the chips I gave out in Orlando I'll be bringing with me to Vegas, so yay. JT is here. He makes a comment saying 7 months. Yes, you've been a member for 7 months, and I greatly thank you. If you would like to become a member of the channel, you can click down there on the join button, and I would appreciate that. It's the stable form of revenue that YouTube offers rather than promotions via commercials like advertisements. To be fair, in the future, if this channel is large enough and more widely supported by members so that it essentially becomes a source of retirement income, I will probably turn ads off because I won't need them. Because that level of support is great. You know, standalone videos can survive without advertising if the channel overall is supported. I would like to kind of push everybody into that direction. In fact, I want to say thank you to JT Gunn for gifting a Culture Casino membership. Again, it's a very stable source of revenue for channels over and above even the advertisement revenue, unless a video, of course, goes viral and hits millions of views and things like that. My buddy Man of War 665, the neighbor of the beast, and a great friend. I can't wait to see him again. Says, here is my member. Well, thank you for showing us your member. 27 months. Olaf Von S also gifts a 1 month membership to the channel. Thank you, Olaf Von S. And for those of you who are on your mobile devices and have the ability to send those little emojis, I love them. Thank you for that. Lots of little like celebration horns coming in. Larry, holy cow. Larry gives 5 gift memberships. Larry, a name so nice, you say it twice. Larry. I appreciate all your support, folks. You guys are just incredible. You don't even know. The super chats, the memberships, wonderful way to support the channel. So again, I always tell people it's not required, but it's deeply appreciated. And again, I'm going to eventually move to this being my retirement gig. So, my buddy Bear is here. Holy cow, it's been a minute, Bear. Bear. Nerd Fun is in the chat. Bear is a great dude. Wonderful man. Great musician. A lot of fun to hang out with. Wonderful channel. And if I could stay up late into the evening, I would be hanging out with him. Life's a little bit different, post-global crisis, but dude is awesome. And he's a supporter of a lot of people. One of the realest people you'll ever know. So thank you, Bear, for being in the chat. Let's say hi to more folks. We got more. I somehow stopped on Cash. Look, it's Thunderduck. What is up, my buddy? On Odyssey, it says Tuesday Tirade is streaming, not PreFlight. Oh my goodness. Still, all right. I don't know why it does that. I have to figure out a way to fix it. So goofy. Turbines are to speed. That's right. Small time's in the house. Small time. Hey, Bob Iger, you broke it, so you bought it. That's right. Well, Bob Iger technically broke it a long time ago, but that's a whole other conversation. Yeah. E-Clay is here. E-Clay is doing memes like crazy and beautiful ones. Good to see you, E-Clay. What's up, brother? Again, there's Larry. The name's so nice. You say it twice. Larry. Hey, there's another amazing wrench. That's Mr. Shirt. Hello, Mr. Shirt. Appion, what's going on? Good to see you. Love the iconography there. That is cool. Let's see. Since it's pre-flight, where do I want to travel to the most? Beach, foreign, mountains, cold, warm. Well, a little bit of story time real quick before we get started. I was supposed to, for my 50th birthday, yes, I'm older than 50, was supposed to do a huge Asian travel run, which would have included flights to Hawaii as a stopover before getting to Japan. And I was supposed to go to many countries in the East, Japan, China, and a few others. And because of the global crisis and the cancellation of travel, nada. Did not happen. So hey, Culture Casino, happy TGIF. Yay! In honor of Drunk 3PO, aka Jor, I'm happy. New book. This is a pants optionals theme. Well, okay, very good. By the way, Jay's a good man. Check out his book on Indiegogo. I think he put it in demand. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. It is the Achromatic Chronicles. He is far exceeded his goals, which I didn't think were lofty enough. He's easy to support, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful dude. The very lovely Aluvrian Imakara, who's been a member here for a very long time. Thanks for being here, and happy Friday to you. Trump is back on YouTube, indeed. Hey, there's Josiah Fitch with that wonderful picture. I love that. Every time I see it, heartwarming, indeed. So, Aaron, what I've been doing because of this problem with YouTube, you don't get half the notifications that you should. What I've been doing is I've been sending notifications courtesy of the community tab. So if you have all of your notifications turned on, you should get, and again, I haven't been regular at this, but recently I've tried to be more regular about it, posting a warning that a stream is coming up. I don't think I got it in for the 6-minute daily today, but I know I did yesterday, and I know I put this stream, the Friday pre-flight, in the notifications in the community section, which is a great place to communicate. And sometimes I'll drop polls in there and stuff like that. There's some fun things that we do over there. So if you are a member, or excuse me, even a subscriber, and I appreciate all of you, by the way, if you turn all notifications on, then you won't miss anything. And you don't have to do it for every channel. Just, if you do it for my channel and a few others you don't want to miss, it's a good way to make sure you don't miss anything. So Elizabeth Young has been here for 2 months, saying, I want to give a shout out to the wrenches in here. And so do I, Elizabeth Young. We have wonderful wrenches indeed. There's Snowdub. What is up, my man? Puppet boy. Hope you're doing well. So tell everybody when this morning show starts with El Perro, because I'm interested in having this morning block of shows. Like, you got to go over to Snowdub's channel for El Perro in the morning. Then you go to Loki's Mornings of Mischief. Hopefully you stumble over to my little channel, maybe mix in a little Fat Steven in there, and then head over to Midnight's Edge in the morning. Yeah, I think it'd be fun to have a morning block of entertainment. My hair, yeah, I haven't set up. I added another light here to get some light on this side of my face, what we call a kick light. I'm actually going to change the lighting in here substantially over the course of the next month. And I'm also changing desk positions for like the 5th time. Behind me, about 8 feet behind me, is a window, a big picture window that looks into the backyard. So eventually that'll be the studio background. I won't have a consistent green screen background that I lay in. I'll actually have an exterior shot, but that's a few weeks away also. So, but that's where we're headed. So the green screen can't handle my man weave. You guys are funny. Love you guys. Read by Nature is here. Look at all these wonderful humans. My buddy Bear, as I pointed out before. Oh my gosh, Canadian Spider-Man's here. Good to see you, man. It's been a minute. Last time I saw you, I was dropping out of a stream as you arrived, which is a bummer because I miss you, dude. I hope you're taking good care of yourself, my friend. Let's see. There's executive producer Sol Leibowitz in the house. Good to see you. Let's see. This is, whoops, I double clicked. Kona Blend. There's some coffee for you. Kona Blend 36. Love it. Love it. Southern Belle is here. What a lovely lady. Lovely lady. Culture's charcuterie boards. That's right. I like charcuterie. Bear's like, my hibernation is over. All right, brother. Well, you get back at it, brother. Appreciate you, man. I said hi to Small Time already, but we'll do it again. And we have, of course, Channel Surf here, who's amazing. Running new cables. Yeah, that's always a party. There's Robbie. What's up? Release the McCracken. What a great meme, man. That's right. Let's see. Yeah, Greasy Pan Ham is back. We got Shrap 3D in the house. Great to see you. All the videos I watch has landed a plethora of Disney ads. I block them all, but they keep coming. Yeah. I've noticed that on Twitter, I can block like a whole bunch of stuff and they keep going. So, yeah. Got some other supers in the house. I think there's a few more I want to get to. Hang on. Scrolling, guys. I'm sorry. I know I'm always behind on the chat, but it's because I want to say hi to you guys. You're the best. Around. Holy cow. Lance Riddick just died at 60. Oh my. R.I.P. indeed. Goodness. Soul Assassin, it's the Chatimal. What is up, my friend? Great to see you. You know what? That is a little distracting. Let me pull the background out because I can be on just a black screen, right? Ooh, yes. I see. All right. Awesome One is here. Great to see you. Larry says, I'm a blue shirt. Well, there you go. Pinochet's Helicopter Tours. R.I.P. Silence from Horizon Zero Dawn. Lance Reddick. That's just insane, man. Crazy. CC, I'm going to Asia in May and give you an update of travel. Please do. We'll figure it out. It'll happen. Yeah. Oh, you did get the 5-minute warning. Excellent. See, yeah, I'll keep doing that, folks. Holy cow. Lance Reddick just this is just absolutely terrible. Rogue Attraction is here. Tom, you're doing great on your stuff, man. Appreciate seeing you. A little bit of theme park envy when I watch you. This is just terrible. Oliverian says, I don't get notifications for anything, and community tabs don't update very often. I'll get better about it. I've tried to be more reliable there, Oliverian. I'll keep it up. Yeah, F's in the chat for a loss of life. Indeed. Thank you, Fat Elvis. What a bummer. Hot book in the mail. I hope you get it. Fossil Future, Alex Epstein. Yep, he's been going to town. Nano's here. What's up? Check it out. Plus, look at the cute frog. Love it. We got Dark Shadow Logan in the house. Great to see you, my friend. Always try to say hi at least as I lurk in the chat. Well, I appreciate you being here. You've been here a long time. You are awesome. Pinochet's Helicopter Tours for another $5 super chat. Says, CC, I know you're busy, so I DM'd you the Cyberpunk documentary. Oh, thank you. Would love to get Indigo Gaming on TNT. Yes, I think that would be great. Thursday Night Throwdown, I think that'd be a great guest. I am going to be watching this. As you know, many of us in Thursday Night Throwdown, well, on Comics' channel, just in general, are huge Cyberpunk fans. So that would be awesome. I love the lore there too. So much of it. Mastro Chi is here. Good to see you. Let's see who else rolled through. There we go. Morning shows will hopefully start soon. Work schedule is still conflicting with moving forward on that. All right. Well, as soon as you get there, bro, let me know because I want to promote it. It's going to be great. 11 Alpha says, happy Friday. Thank you for that. Yeah, I miss you, dude. I love your sarcastic nature. Because I know that's just big love coming from you. Big guy. Arnold says, go to the movies. Have a good time. Tell the people in the front row, get down. There you go. The sleeper has awakened. You know what? I'm really hoping Dune 2 is awesome. Truly. I refrain from watching some videos for fear that YouTube will fill my feed with related content. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they probably should do a tribute to him in Destiny. I used to enjoy playing a little bit of Destiny. How can I? It's going to bother me, but it is what it is. Man, look at all the F's in the chat. You guys are amazing. It's a frog. Thank you, D-Bud, and welcome to those of you who joined us from Midnight's Edge. Midnight's Edge in the morning. I appreciate all of you. You're incredible humans. Grim is here, otherwise known as Fearter. Grim Storm is here. Gojira Star is here. There's Morgan King. Lots of people dropping in. Appreciate that. Y'all are incredible. Incredible. Durao On says, for two euros. Happy Friday, everybody. Well, indeed, happy Friday. And look at the bubbers. Doogie. So cute. Love it. Sunflower is here. The American Daylight Savings Change has confused me. And me too. Look, why don't we just stay? I mean, I understand having the sun go up at a weird time or going down at a weird time. I feel it, right? I understand it. But at the same time, I don't care. So, I get up at 4 a.m. and it's dark or it's just starting to be sunlight. Doesn't matter to me. Just stop messing with time. Time's a constant. Stop trying to change it. This is a weird thing. Imagine time is a measure of distance. You can only travel forwards and never backwards. So keep it moving. Holy cow, Mr. Esquire's here for $20. Thank you for your support, my friend, on all of my favorite channels, and thank you for your support here. Just switched over from Midnight's Edge. R.I.P. Lance Riddick. I hope he's featured prominently in John Wick 4, and so do I. And I think he is. It's heartbreaking when we lose somebody like that. 60's not that old. I mean, it's around the corner for me, kids. I mean, whew, what a bummer. I don't even know what to do with that. But yeah, John Wick 4 is a party and a half. Everybody I know that's seen it has spoken so highly of it and is just fueled and amped to see it again. Decent chance I'll see it multiple times opening weekend. In fact, tickets are bought even if I get an early screening. I'm still going to go to the film I bought. So it is what it is. Jason's here. What's up, Jason? Dude, you send me I want to hang out with you. You send me live streams, like invites when I'm already either in a live stream or I'm not, in a position to join. But I love you, bro. Keep at it. You're doing great. Daryl's here. Daryl's a good dude. Howdy, buckaroos. Indeed. Hope you're doing well, bud. I have to pop into a vac tube at some point. Oh, man. Good gracious. It is George the Giant Slayer, a good friend, great creator, and a even better person. Man, George, I hope you're doing well, buddy. All hail culture. Always lurk listening to your incredible stream. 6-minute daily and Friday pre-flight is my jam. Wishing you and the boss a blessed weekend. Dude, I need to see you. So whether it be in Texas or Vegas or Florida or wherever it is, reach out, man. I miss you. I may have to call you. I owe you a phone call at some point anyway. So everybody goes, George. That's right, George. In German, we call it Wintertime and summertime. Your name for it shows the BS and lies about its wannabe function. Well, true. Dark Shadow Logan. I'm soon to be 50, and I feel it. Yeah. Ooh. Wow. Barry is right behind me at 52. Whoosh. Man, gonna be crazy. What's up, Biggles? Good to see you, buddy. There's Poet Dempsey. Yep, Riddick was on the HBO series The Wire. God, this is gonna bug me, guys. Bug me. There's the lovely Magitech Mags for $5. Hello, dear. It's the Weave DeLorean himself. Culture Casino. Well, thank you. You know what I love about that image isn't just the long hair, but the fact that it's curly, like I have a perm. It's very, very cool. And unlike most people, I lean into the skid. I don't mind. Meme away. Captain Phantom Nerd and member for 18 months. Like I said, great dude. Says CC looks back on 60 with great fondness at well over 100 and going strong. CC, I love you, Captain Phantom Nerd. I am not that old. I'm going to have to practice on my Andre. Could you imagine me doing an Andre impression? Be good. You're a puppy. Agitech Mags. It would be 35 and you're a puppy. You're a baby. And it's a good thing. And a lady's not supposed to reveal their age. So. And now 40 feels young. Yeah. That's the weird thing. You look back at time and go, I don't really feel that old. Yippee-ki-yay. We are all in it together, culture. Big 5 knocking on the door as well. That's right. Southern Belle. I wish I was 35 again. You guys are great. Oh my gosh, Eric's here. What's up, Eric? Hope you're doing good. Thanks for the super sticker, brother. Appreciate it. Eric Lindbergh with a cool avatar. One of my favorite animated shows, Star Trek. Giving us the Shiba Inu saying, hey. That's right. Favorite little doggy. Who else is here? There's Union of Amateur Strategists. Sander, a life form. Is Sander Amerslag here? Oh, there we go. What's going on, Sander? And our buddy Vertical Horizons. I was told this was a good place to get some quality, realistic looking memes. I love you guys. Oh, Eduardo Guerrero. What is up, my friend? I'm 45 and I'm already bold. Promote a shampoo brand. Go for the bucks. Greetings from Mexico City. I know. And thank you for being there. And thank you for supporting me. Mexico City's crazy big. I think I always say that, but it's like, if you've never been to Mexico City, I don't think you comprehend what a big city it is. It's huge. Good gravy. Monstrous city. Oh, sheer scope. We all know you are Andre in disguise. I wish I could talk like him. Buzz, it's your girlfriend. Woof. So funny. Home Alone. Look at all of you people. You're getting older. Love it. 40 is young if you didn't waste it. That's right. Plus, exercise. I'm getting back in shape. My first meeting with Latino Slant's going to be this weekend. And we're going to go through a training regimen. And I'm going to be a customer of his. I'm very excited about that. Because Latino Slant Paulie does training. If you want to train, good guy to train with. My younger brother Snooky, wants to retire to Thailand when he turns 62 in a few years. I may go look at houses with him in North Thailand. I think you'll be impressed. Thailand, the Philippines, there's a lot of great places to retire to if you can maintain revenue and income from the States. The best thing to do if you're there is figure out what your banking strategy is going to be and where money's going to come from. That seems to be the biggest challenge a lot of people that are becoming expats they struggle with. So there's that. Oh, wow. The lovely Magitech Mags gifts 5 Culture Casino memberships. So we are making the names green. Thank you, dear. I appreciate your support. Weaves are us. There you go. We've not even gotten to the show yet. I've been going for 30 minutes. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be here for a while. I know that there are probably some other shows that are going to start, but with the time change, we'll see what happens. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. Theliato says North Thailand might turn into a bad kind of hotspot, so I wouldn't recommend it. There's some, like I said, there's a lot of great places to go. Yeah. I would lie to say that I hadn't. It would be a lie for me to say that I hadn't looked at parts of Asia for retirement. But no, I think Florida is still the plan. I just need to pull the trigger on buying the land. So anyway, let's get into some subjects, folks. We got stuff to talk about. Let's say, and Theliata, thank you for being here. Lots of smiley faces. Hey, what's up, Phil? Phil's here. Let's get into this. We have let's talk about it. The main topic of the day was going to be Disney and all of its cascading failures, and that's really kind of exactly what's happening right now. We're going to start with the obvious, and then we'll talk a little DC and Warner at the back end of this conversation. But let's start here with Hollywood Reporter talking about Willow being canceled after a single season, and Warwick Davis, I think, is 50, just turned 50. He was featured in the show. I mean, he was the primary draw, to be honest with you, as the wizard. And yeah, it's been canceled. Disney Plus doesn't provide viewing data for its programming, but Willow didn't break into the Nielsen top 10 rankings of streaming titles during its run. It earned a lot of positive feedback from critics, but it got absolutely destroyed by fans like you and I. Ratings for it averaged somewhere around 2.7, and even had some really bad IMDb reception. Viewership for this show was very, 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 very low, and at times bordered on the sub 1 million as far as interest in it. The cancellation comes during a transition period for both Lucasfilm and for Disney streaming operations. Well, actually, you could say it was a casualty of that, but it's really just a casualty of being the worst performer that they have currently. Because I did a little bit of research, and as Bear Nerd Fun points out, it was woke trash. But I did a little bit of research, and this is maybe the fourth or fifth original show, that Disney's canceled on their streaming service, believe it or not. Mighty Ducks being one of them, which I'm sure Thunderduck was not super thrilled about. And you also had the Turner and Hooch show and a couple of others. I think there was one that was a space show, and one other one that I really didn't care about. But you're going to see shows that don't perform well getting slashed, and I think you're going to see that happening for things like that. But Big Shot was the other one that's down here. There's going to be a slate of cancellations. It's going to not go well. And, this name right here, yeah, that's a name that is also a sign of poison for almost anything that is touched. KK, of course, but there we go. Now, there was a desperate move that was made earlier today by the writer, the showrunner, and one of the primaries involved in this. And of course, I'm speaking specifically of Jonathan Kasdan. And from Polygon, this kind of wraps it up here. Disney Plus Willow isn't canceled, just paused for at least a year, says the producers. Well, let me put it this way: nobody's under contract, which Jonathan Kasdan actually says in the giant letter, 3-page letter that he writes and posts on Twitter. So it's over. You're not getting anybody back, especially on a show that was quite middling. I mean, I'm sure Freckle Jesus can go find something else to do, and a lot of these other little people. But here is the giant wall of text that Andre read earlier over on Midnight's Edge. Yeah, and I guess people were turned off by a lot of things like the worm juice and things like that. But looking at this, Yolanda Gaines, thank you. Yes, it is St. Patrick's Day. Aaron Gobra, everyone, indeed. If Disparat's reviews were any indication, Willow was a lesser version of its originator, a la Blood Moon and Witcher. Oh, it was terrible.com. Terrible. Yeah, Mighty Ducks. Yeah, that was a show that had a lot of potential. So Pinochet wasn't deposed. He's on vacation. Wow. All right. Well, thank you for that $2. He was not deposed. He's on vacation. That's right. Mr. Tickletrunk says Willow had a 47 on Metacritic. Wow. Wow. Oof. Mm. Yeah, DS Ford, we were talking about the passing of Lance Riddick. It's a real shame. Real huge bummer, honestly. Super bummer. But yeah, dear fellow supporters, yada yada. Even the vocal opposition, that would be us, obviously. Writing to you today, one, preposterously, criminally, and immeasurably lucky fool. Okay. So I understand how Willow canceled after season 1 at Disney Plus is fun and juicy. However, I am nearly certain I've had more conversations about this in the last couple weeks than Nelly and Riva. That's the writer of the Deadline piece, of whom I remain an ardent fan. I feel fairly confident that if asked, neither I nor the folks at Lucasfilm would or have actually characterized it in quite that way. Still means it's canceled. So it continues for 2 more tweets as well, noting the general slowing of production across the entertainment industry. Of course, we've been talking about this for a while, and Iger came out and said this show is going to fall off a cliff. So are a lot of shows. I think that a lot of the stuff that was announced, just like which seems to be a pattern with Disney, I think even more things that have been announced are going to be unannounced or just plain not delivered upon. And I don't think that's anything to worry about. For us, I think it's something terrible to worry about for Disney because it's indicating a lack of interest and support for the stuff that they're putting together because it's far too expensive for what they're getting out of it. So, and it does sound like a dear John letter, Aluvrian Imakara. It sounds kind of sounds like a response to a dear John letter, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's pretty wild. I have a feeling that Kasdan's going to have difficulty finding work going forward, and I think that's kind of what this letter is about. This open letter on Twitter is about. It's basically not attacking anyone, which is a solid strategy. Even heaping praise upon the person who wrote the article, who's calling your show canceled. Nobody's coming back. The contracts have ended. The main cast is peace out. So season 2 is supposedly planned out, and some of the characters with small roles in the first season will have much larger ones, and essentially Mims of supposedly will have be in every single thing. I'm telling you right now, this show's toast. It ain't coming back. And if it does, it will only heap failure upon the previous failure, which I think Hollywood's really starting to figure out isn't a winning strategy. So, and this is probably a great way to put it. Keep smoking that copium, Kasdan. Indeed. As the kids say, cope away. Literally the last episode in this case. I think so. And it's I think, and again, I did not finish the show. In fact, I didn't finish the first episode. I think I've talked about that. It was too intolerable for me to throw any support behind. That's saying a lot because I watch a lot of garbage. So a lot of people don't have to. Well, I don't want you guys watching stuff that you're not going to enjoy. Yeah, Kasdan will get another gig because of daddy nepotism. Yeah, and you know what? That's been called out in Hollywood a lot lately. The nepotism stuff and how things are happening with that. Hateful Woman plots have played itself out to burnout. Yeah, exactly, Bear. Fun indeed. Anyone discovered why the ginger girl is so much employed by Disney? Well, producers sometimes fall in love with casting the same person. There's probably reasons behind that. Yeah. Their seething is beautiful. Yes, Max. Hey, Zax is here. What's up, brother? Good to see you. How will they be able to continue the story if they age too much then? Right. And again, I mean, he's saying, well, it took 34 years to get this thing into a TV show. Well, maybe so, but I mean, honestly, who's coming back to this, right? Who's coming back to this Willow show? It was so bad, you pushed away the audience from the very beginning. There's really no audience there to come back. I mean, could you imagine on a $80 to $100 million show? Because rumor has it that almost anything that's on Disney Plus is in that ballpark for budget. Could you imagine coming back to this? I mean, a lot of this talent's going to move on and do something else, like tomorrow or already. Maybe many of them have already stepped away. You don't know. The only person that might be back would be maybe Warwick Davis, maybe. And if Freckle Jesus is still doing stuff for Disney, then maybe. Maybe. I wouldn't expect it, though. What do you guys think? Let's get to you. Willow came up short. Thank you, Uncle Remus. Way to go. Too many shows announced at once. Too many unknown, inexperienced, woke writers. Indeed. Wow, they're flying vintage aircraft at my regional right now. So I'm listening to like warplanes from WW2 circle the area. Let's see. It's a great little regional. Pop in for private flights. Good airport. The Union of Amateur Strategists. I don't like corned beef and cabbage, but I bought a cabbage and a 6-pack of Guinness. I think that counts. Well, there you go. Union of Amateur Strategists. And you can chop the cabbage finely, mix it with some lettuce and onion, and put it in a taco. Problem solved. Let's see. So many other great humans popped in. All these fantasy shows are California fantasy written by clowns that never left the accursed state. Yeah, the lack of life experience, I think, and exposure to classical literature and quality content, I think is showing. I think that's right, Vertical Horizons, and it's incredibly frustrating. So, Jay Price says she checked a lot of boxes in one person. True. Happy Aunt's like freckled Jesus. Yeah, it's true though. Hey Tien, I can't highlight that comment, but it's funny. Siege Perilous says it's a big factor in the giant decline in quality. No talent, but a name. Well, you have a lot of. What's weird is sometimes you get talent, but more talent down the family line later on. I don't know. Brightest Days there. What's going on, my friend? Leslie Legohead probably linked her up with Disney after her tenure as Harvey Weinstein's formal personal assistant that procured the girls for that monster. I don't know necessarily that was all of her title or even within her job description, but rumors abound, let's say. Speculation, indeed. Jonas is here. What is up, my friend? Says, I, for one, am looking forward to watching Willow, but probably not to enjoy it. Yes, Jonas does amazing stuff. He's going to probably release a lovely video series called Everything Woke about Willow. If you haven't caught it, what Jonas has been doing with that series of amazingness, including the Proud family, check it out. Jonas's channel is a party and a half. He's a good dude. A lot of fun to hang out with. Very well informed and wonderful takes on things. Smart guy. Willow already had a limited fan base as it was, and that's true. 16-bit mascot, but a loyal one, and I was one of them. And yet this show, even when it was announced, had no appeal to me because I knew what they were going to do with it, and I knew without Mad Mardigan, I wasn't even going to follow it. Yeah. The standard CW audience for 60 plus thrill seekers. There you go. Speaking of which, CW under new ownership is changing quickly. If you watch the 6-Minute Daily today, conversation there would be that they brought back or are bringing back or in-house F Boy Island, if you know what F stands for. And they're doing a spinoff series, F Girl Island. So they're really doing what I told you they would likely do, and they're doing it. They're diving headlong into reality television over there at the new CW, and they'll have some news programming as well. But substantially, that's what they're going to do. And you know what? That's profitable. They'll do pretty well with that garbage content. Indeed. It's not made for you. All righty then. It's not made for anybody. Yeah. Maybe it is paused so the sensitive ones don't need to seek a safe space. Well, there you go. I think that's probably true. It's hard to tell people that your thing was canceled, right? Think about us as fans, the ravenous people who were enjoying Firefly, right? And tangentially interested in maybe Buffy the Vampire Slayer at the same time. And they had to pick one, and it wasn't Firefly. So we got this movie to kind of wrap up stuff, which I'm still frustrated with how Wash ended up. And yeah, Serenity it didn't quite land for me. That makes sense. You guys are great. Radioactive. What's up, my friend? Willow did have a really low bar, and it failed to clear it. And there's a joke there that I can't do about pretty easy for some people to limbo, but I didn't do it. Careful. Why mute for those airplanes? They sound cool. They're monstrous. Monstrous. Yeah, we have some P-51s, some private plane enthusiasts. We have there are P-38s. We have some very wonderful. There's a private group of pilots that are very proud of their collections. They're fun to ride into, by the way. So, injecting it, Mr. Tickle Trunk with the solid. Yep, that thing's a double off the wall, brother. You crushed that ball. Injecting reality into fantasy is asinine and transparent. Thank you. It is. Oh no, turn your notifications back on, Sassy Lass. Good to see you. Bear says, I hate to say it's my son's generation is lost, but your son's not, Bear, because I know how you raised your children. And I would say that that's probably, you're going to have part of a generation that will be lost to the sands of time, and their family names will be wiped from existence because of the ideology, the indoctrination and things like that. I mean, looking at it from a political and geopolitical and demographic aspect of things, this is true. But there are going to be elements of that generation that will have lived through it, seen what can happen, specifically, when things are government supported and corporatized and things like that. But I think that the ones that survive this period of time will be stronger for it. So I think. Yeah, eventually checking boxes won't be enough. No, it's already there. We're not at eventually. We're already there. We're past it. We are way past it. And thank you for promoting Jonas's channel and Jonas's Twitter and Jonas in general. He's a wonderful guy. Oh, wow. Did you guys get a chance? I got to hang out with WDW Pro, and about 20 hours ago or so, he dropped the video where he and I talk about something that we talked about on Midnight's Edge before, which was the lawsuit against Disney, Lucasfilm specifically, from Kathleen McCarthy. Karen McCarthy. Yeah, she is suing Disney for breach of contract. It's a good video. It's a good video. Pro is a pro when it comes to interviewing and just generally hanging out with. What a great creator and journalist. Indeed. I'd love to do. Hey, why do they want us to eat bugs? Conversation. Oof. I hate that. I hate the idea that that's the direction they want to take civilization. In addition to being wildly unhealthy. Let's see. I think I got. Oh yeah, I did. I got a member chat from my good friend Darren Hughes, who says they fly the vintage warbirds here in May. News: this may be the last year of the Reno air races. Really, they're being crowded out by Californians moving here. That sucks. That really sucks. Reno is the biggest little city. It's fun too. Reno's a party. Tahoe's a party. Unless you decide to let a snowcat run over you. Too soon. Anyway. MILF Manor is really the best reality TV. We've made it to the top of the mountain. Yes. At least for me. You can't take the sky from me. That's right. What a great song. Serenity was 9 out of 10, but I still hated what they did to Wash. Fight me. Tom Cruise flies his own P-51 Mustang. Those planes are so amazing. Seriously, if you get an opportunity to ride in anything or pilot anything, take some of those planes. They require some skills. Good time. Good time. Why is it not possible for characters to behave realistically in a fantastic setting? Well, they can. I would present any of the Jackson Lord of the Rings films specifically as evidence that you can behave realistically in a fantastic setting and still have magic involved. It can still be done. Hemorrhoid Hurts for an Australian $2.99 says 56-year-old beach bench and deadlift 250 shoulder press 132. Get fit. There you go. Yeah, get fit. It's worth it. A 20-minute walk around the block is worth it. You need to be able to walk 20 minutes without passing out. And that starts your path to physical fitness, folks. That's just the beginning. It's a big mountain. But that first 20 minutes is what you have to conquer. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. And you want to be able to get a mile in that 20 minutes minimum. That's your path to starting your fitness journey. Ooh. Yeah, they haven't read any of the classics like Homer. David Copperfield, Great Expectations. I mean, I can go down a list of stuff. Anything by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Any of the Dickens books. The list goes on, right? Dive into great literature. It's very important. If I am ever blessed with children, says Mags, I hope I can be the best mother I can be and raise them right. But that requires a good partner too, and I agree with that. And I would say get on it, lady. You have a lot of suitors here. I've seen them. They've indicated interest in you, young lady. So there you are. Here we go. From Haitian Flarudo. Checking boxes is all that matters to some people. However, I've been going down the DC milestone rabbit hole. Milestone, excuse me. And when you have good characters and you destroy them for work, yeah, it's a problem. And I know somebody who can speak directly to that just has been calling out the industry for a while. Hank VP, meat is better than bugs. Yes, in a pinch, you may have to eat a bug, right? If survival training has taught you anything, but you're going to seek out a better, more dense protein source like a fish or a live animal rather than a bug. It's just humanity. They fly now. There you go. Yeah. WDW Pro and Melanie Mac did a great job. They're so good. We have amazing. I got the chance to hang out with an amazing person over on Midnight's Edge in the morning today. I've been blessed to meet a lot of amazing humans, including many of you in the chat, which I have to tell you, I treasure. I know that sounds weird, but I really do. Meeting people, real people, is fascinating. And being in Orlando specifically, I think our friend Ruben recounts a story where the people acting as security, which are off-duty police officers, were amazed at the group that got together and the lack of any kind of trouble at all. It was incredible, and people are like, they were amazed at what we were doing there, meeting with everybody, talking to everybody, enjoying each other's company. Because it seems like, based on that reaction, that doesn't happen so often at that place that we were meeting up. So it's very, very strange. Here's a good question, OC Gigan. I will say this, and I think I said it in the course of my review, which I dropped yesterday. Um, I think I may have overstated saying it's relatively inoffensive. Perhaps I should have said it is not entirely offensive. If you are sensitive to the woke sensibility modern audience tropes, then you're going to see them because they're there. They're there in spades. But if you aren't sensitive to them, or you're able to turn off any influence they may have on you, it's a film that you possibly could enjoy. My recommendation at the end of my review was that you seek it out on streaming. But as far as the film overall, I think the CGI was better than anything we're getting out of the MCU. The story was not quite as disjointed. You still had some holes there in the story and in character development. But outside of being incredibly predictable, if you can see it in large format and not have to pay an arm and a leg, it may be worth it to some people. It just depends on how invested you are in the old Snyderverse stuff, because it's going to have to take an affinity for that to probably have the level of enjoyment that most people would like. The biggest problem with Shazam, and I've got a story pulled up to talk about it, but the biggest problem with Shazam is you have to really be invested in Shazam, and you have to be invested in DC. That's the DC version that is winding down to an end. It isn't even I think one of the articles I read says it's not even a celebration. It's just kind of an acknowledgement of something coming to an end, drawing to a close, which is weird because they'd filmed it a year before they knew that things were going to be destroyed. Although Zaslav had already kind of indicated that things were going to go in an entirely different direction. So it's hard to say. I mean, I wouldn't spend money on it again. I wouldn't spend money on it, and that's kind of a pressure valve. You know what I mean? So take that for what it's worth. Let's see who else is here. Siege Perilous says, heck, man, I walk like 75 miles a week. That's awesome. But like I said, the journey to fitness starts with that first 20 minutes of walking. And you do that every day. First of all, it's healthy. Getting out and doing something, the sun is your friend, unless you have outside conditions that I'm unaware of. But a little bit of sunlight is good for your eyeballs. If you can take off your glasses, like I do when I'm outside, and relax your gaze, you can improve your eyesight and maintain it if you have deteriorated eyesight like I do. But there's a lot to that level of health. And if you have less pigmentation like I do, that vitamin D is helpful, amongst other things that the sun can actually do for your bottom, including supporting your circadian rhythm, which will also help you sleep. There you go. Holy cow! Our good friend Darren Hughes just gifted 10 Culture Casino memberships. My goodness, my friend. Thank you for that. Look at all those amazing names going green once again. You guys are incredible. Thank you for that support. Commander in Striker Shadow says, are you near the Plains of Fame Restoration Facility Airport? I've been to the Plains of Fame Museum in Chino, California, and their air show. Their and their air show X2. I'm not going to tell you exactly where I am. I will tell you I've been to a lot of air shows when I was younger. I don't have time to do that now, but it was fun. A lot of talk about homeschooling in the chat. I saw that. Yeah, Kara's so great. Mags, I invited you on the late night Sunday show last week. You had other things to do. I want to get you on there. I would love to have Kara on there as well. She's dynamite. She's dynamite. It's funny, all you girls are wonderful. I've been so blessed. All you young women, incredible. Yeah, meeting but everybody is special. Yes, it is, Tom. You were too busy doing stuff in Orlando for us to hang out much, but I'll see you soon. Sassy Lass, this is very complimentary. Thank you. This is why we all respect you. Well, thanks. I'm just me most of the time, unless I'm, playing a part, in like one of the skits we do for comics or something. But no, look, I don't have time to put on airs. I don't think it's good for anybody. There are lots of, things to go down, but I do appreciate this compliment. You guys are amazing. I can't even begin to tell you how important it is to meet you. It's why, when I get to meet Phil, that'll be great. Phil, TMNT. There's a Union of Amateur Strategists, Xenomorph. We've got just a wonderful group of humans. I've had the pleasure of meeting many of you, and you guys are just great. You really are. Maestro Chi. Birds eat bugs. I eat birds. Have I screwed up? No, you're good. Birds. I eat bird all the time. It's called chicken. Although I do like quail. And if you do dove right, it's really good. I've eaten a few, like duck. I've had ostrich. Turkey, of course. Regular on turkey. I think I have like 3 or 4 turkeys in one of the big freezers. Lucasfilm invented a lot of special effects. This is very true. Larry. The name's so nice. You say it twice, Larry. Holy cow. James Villanueva will be 59 on Sunday. Congratulations and happy early birthday, my friend. Goodness, that's wonderful. Yeah. ILM was incredible. If you enjoyed the first film, you will not be disappointed by the second film, but it's still, Shazam. Cows eat grass. I eat cows. Does that make me vegetarian adjacent? Yes. Freddie York, what's going on, my friend? I had steak twice last week. I had bacon every morning for the most part. I eat meat left and right. I'm a meatitarian. Vegetables are forced upon me. So there you go. Miguel Haniel Jaime Cruz. I hope I said that properly because I believe Jaime is the right way to say James. But Miguel Angel Jaime Cruz, good to see you. I would like to know if you could make a series of Street Fighter V 5. Oh, that'd be great. And Tenkin on Studios Disney. I think that would be great. I think that would be really cool. They don't have any affiliation with either property. I'm not sure who controls the licensing, and I'm not sure if they already have a studio license deal. I'd have to look at it. I would love to see Street Fighter again, to be honest with you. I think it'd be great. And Tekken would be cool too. There's a lot of room to work through some of these video game properties again. We've seen video game adaptations done well, and we've seen them done not so well. I think you're about to see a massive, wonderful video game property, Super Mario Brothers, come to life on the big screen. Animated, it's going to be beautiful. Yeah. I'm a vampire. The sun hates me. There you go. Yeah, Bob A, we found out this unfortunate news, and R.I.P. Lance Reddick, indeed. Man, we're losing so many great people. Rob Alta says, my gaze is trained on hot girls. Sorry, culture. Well, you relax your gaze, look at the horizon when you're walking. Obviously, keep, presence and awareness of things that are around you. Very important. But if you can relax your gaze for a few moments and just stare at the horizon, even if you're standing still, it's very good. Very good for you. Let's see who else is rolling through. I'm a summer baby and a Leo. The sun is my best friend. I wither like a dead plant in the winter. There you go. Hemorrhoid Hurt says, have you read the book Cat's Revenge by Claude Balls? It was translated into Russian by Nora. You are so funny. Tits off. My daughter's favorite joke. Dad joke. There you go. Cat's Revenge by Claude Balls. It was translated into Russian by Nora Titsoff. That's rough, but well done. Eduardo Herrero says, in some regions in Mexico, bugs are eaten, but not as a meat substitute. They are amazing plates with them. It's part of a traditional cuisine, specifically in Southwest, like Oaxaca, served with mezcal. Well, yeah, I mean, I've had mezcal with the worm and all of that. There's things like that, sure, in the different cultures. Just is a lot lacking there. I mean, I've had escargot more than a few times, but it's properly prepared, which means it's drowned in butter and garlic. So yeah. Did cicadas invent the circadian rhythm? No, but I imagine that's what it references. I wouldn't know for sure. Let's see. Andrew Huberman. I'm not conversant in the name. Are they are they into like physiology and things like that? I possibly am aware of them, or possibly have watched videos by them if they do videos here on YouTube or Vimeo or anywhere. I'm probably not conversant in the name, but I watch a lot of stuff like that. Right now, I'm in a deep pit of my evening meditation with 528 frequency. So if they're tied to that, maybe. And this is the big problem. LED light bulbs do not have infrared light. Yeah, most of your commercial bulbs do not, unless you are looking specifically for plant bulbs, growth bulbs, and things like that. Yeah, and most of us have switched to LEDs. There's great cost savings, but yeah. Culture never invites me. You're always invited, Rogue. Love you, dude. You want to come on a late night show? It's really late, dude. It's way past your bedtime. I get you, man. I get you. Culture, I'll be on your show. Promise. Okay. Yeah, I wish you could travel too, Jason. You're an awesome dude. You're awesome. Love you, man. I've met Small Time. I think we met before. I love meeting people. You guys are great. Oh, I live on the tallest plateau in Arizona. Well, that sounds like fun. It's the tallest plateau in Arizona. Yeah, Dove is pretty good. Culture never wants to do a meetup with Mexican Ironman. Not true. I guess that's because you are a YouTuber, you turkey bird. I love you, Mim. You're a good dude, Mikey. Why I'm way behind in the chat. Goodness, we are straying very far away from our topics today. I'm scrolling down. There's Monkey Jeebus. What's up? Well, thank you very much. I hope I got your name correct, Miguel. I really do. Bob Hoskins is the only Mario. Well, so far. My gaze is trained on hot boys and maybe girls. I'm picky, though. Well, good for you, Elizabeth. Yeah. Set those targets properly. Oh, man. I wish 6 was here. Shrimp are technically bugs. Well, okay. They're kind of a tasty sea bug. I have them from time to time. Pretty meaty for a bug, though. Oh, yeah. The way you cook veggies can influence the taste or things you mix with veg. Oh, indeed. Last night, night before salad, excuse me, had brand fresh snow peas that I grow vegetables, guys. But yeah, brand fresh snow peas right from the garden on them. And in addition to all the salad peppers came right from the plants. I think even the onions were right from my plants. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to start not buying as much produce in the groceries. Again, having a garden, good thing. Dr. Gilgenstein, bugs as original food versus bugs as a substitute. Well, it's an interesting conversation. Oh, he's a health. He was no. Your assumption may be correct. He's a health science podcast. It's quite possible. I watch a ton of people, but I have to say, it takes multiple times for me to gather names. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. One of the things I tried to learn early on in business was that I needed to do repetitive exercises when I was engaging with people. So when I meet people, I try to acknowledge them by their name multiple times. I do take into account that you learn things by repetition. By the third time you do something in practice, that's usually the point at which you begin your journey to mastery. So the more times I can repeat your name, the more likely I am to remember what it is, which is good, to be sure. A scapegoat is here. What's up? I fall asleep. It is pretty late. Bosco's here. What's up, man? Geiscar, hope you're doing good, buddy. Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. I want to thank you for your support. I am knocking on the 1K sub door. Well, let's see if we can help out. Check out the Bosco scenario. My buddy Geiscar is awesome. And he lives in the northern part of North America and is a wonderful human being. So check out, the Bosco scenario. There. See? Fun enough. What happened to your DIY channel culture? You've been slacking, haven't you? Indeed. Actually, that's part of the reason that behind me isn't opened up to this giant picture window that's behind me, because I need to finish the project that's out there, put it up on the DIY channel, and then show off the efforts. Because I think it will look cool as heck. Yeah. C for family, how's it going? Bye. Why are you going by? You just got here. Didn't you just get here? It's great to see you. I hope I didn't miss that quite a while ago. Possibly. Culture would never invite me, but I'm fast asleep when you stream Sunday night. Well, I'm sorry about that. But of course I would invite you. I miss you, dude. I owe you a phone call anyway. I'll probably or a stream anyway. We should, or a visit anyway. I will get in touch with you on Sunday. You are all amazing. I did meet Culture, and he just might be taller than Scott. I am taller than Scott. I'm taller than a lot of people. I'm not tall, but I'm taller than a lot of people. I'm taller than comics. Don't believe him. I'm taller than comics. I'm taller than Scott. I'm taller than Walton. I'm taller than some people. Culture. Beetlejuice. There you go, Radioactive. You guys are amazing. I invite people all the time. Would you guys stop it? I'm taller than Willow, so am I. You guys are great. There's Jesse. What's up, buddy? The common nerd is in the house. Captain Lou Albano is my favorite live action Mario, personally. Wow. Makes sense. God, what a great character, man. We had lots of greatness back in the day, didn't we? Beetlejuice 2, are you excited? No. I forgot who was taller, me or you. It was me. I'm still taller than you, Biggles. It's fine. Not much, though. A lot of us are very close in height. Yes, I know you're tall, Bear. I know. I remember. Toxic Dust. Yeah, Captain Lou, R.I.P. Used to hang out with Cindy Lapa, part of her crew. Fantastic. Good story, bro. Thanks, story man. CC is 6'3", 205. I wish. No, look, I'm often humbled. Again, honestly, I'm average height. But I'm often humbled because I get to hang out with these plus 6 foot guys. And I'm like, you're just really tall. Jay is really tall. Jay is really tall and really built. I wish I was 6'3", 205. Would have played a lot more sports. Anyway, let's get on to it. We got some more stuff to do. And yeah, we got Bear Nerd Fun. Look at all these great channels hanging out in here. I love it. Captain Phantom Nerd, my buddy Storyman Jack is here, who does good stories. Just love you guys. Common Nerd. So Willow isn't canceled. Yes, it is. It's really, really canceled. Not even a little bit canceled. But there's a lot of stuff getting canceled at Disney. And that's kind of the whole point of today's conversation, is the fact that they really are running themselves underground, under a rock, under places. Let's start with something else. And if you pay attention to Jay, Drunk 3PO, or any of the other folks that dabble in theme parks, well, you already know this. Disney World announces widespread cancellations, issues a statement. Widespread cancellations, you say. What are those? Well, just a few days ago, they talk about widespread cancellations for a quote-unquote popular resort. Well, inside the magic is what deemed it a popular resort. It's not. Walt Disney World is all these things, right? Yada, yada, yada. And when you stay on site at a Walt Disney World Resort Hotel, you're completely immersed in the magic from the moment you wake up in the morning to the time you go to sleep at night, which is a lie. The last several years, almost the last decade, they've been taking out all the little elements of the things that make the Disney hotels and resorts, specifically the higher end resorts, more like being immersed in stuff. In fact, they've been pulling those elements out. They pulled them out of the wilderness, or they're slowly doing that. They're pulling them out of the Animal Kingdom Lodge. They're going to very generic looks, which, believe it or not, I still think, despite the Star Wars tiny bits of theming, that really they're doing the same thing at the Galactic Star Cruiser. I didn't really find it overly themed. But I do know this. This particular resort is failing miserably. Disney recently issued a statement that it would be canceling voyages for the Galactic Star Cruiser beginning this fall. Except holiday weeks, Disney is now canceling originally scheduled voyages and only providing 2 voyages per week, sometimes 1.5. This is the thing that they leave out of the story, is the way these are spaced. Sometimes there literally could be 1.5 voyages a week. It's crazy. It's being done because of the low occupancy at the Star Wars Hotel. Disney's official statement is below, which we will read. You may notice the schedule's been modified to provide 2 voyages per week, except for holiday weeks where we may have 3 voyages. We've been learning a lot during our first year of operation and have adjusted voyage dates to meet the needs of our guests. Yes, they don't need them. It's too expensive. This is a garbage experience, and if you've done it once, it's over. It's over. There's very little to offer for all that money. Seriously. And they spent far too much in the production of this hotel to begin with. And it underdelivers in such a catastrophic way. Though the idea of an immersive Star Wars Disney Resort hotel was received with much anticipation, guests grew sour on the idea once they learned the price point was more than $4,000 for 2 guests for 2 nights. Yep. Ridiculous. I think this is something that a lot of people saw coming. Mr. Tickletron, it's failing. Who could have seen this coming? A lot of people. Again, it comes down to pricing. It was far too expensive. What they were trying to do was going to be an expensive endeavor regardless, but this was far too expensive. And you only had 100 rooms. Now, if you built this thing like a mega hotel, right? And it was going to be difficult to do because of where they put it. By the way, their location for this thing, stupid, right? I mean, you could have put it actually in a different place on the land where it resides and maximize that a little bit more and made it less of an impact on future theme park development, amongst other things. But no, that's not what you chose to do. You could have even attached it literally to Galaxy's Edge rather than having the quote unquote shuttle, which is just a cargo box truck. Anyway, yeah. I know a few idiots that would go to the Star Wars Hotel if it were cheaper. Yuck. Well, I'm going to continue to say this. If that opportunity to go, I mean, with severe discount, of course. And I even had an opportunity to go without paying for it. And I still didn't take him up on it. Would I consider doing it? Maybe. It would have to be a substantial discount and it would only be for purposes of content. I don't feel like this was well done. And the idea that you were hiding the original trilogy and the prequels from the audience, which is the people with the money, the 50-year-olds that you're trying to cast aside as quickly as possible and get rid of, they're the ones buying this. They're buying this for their older children. They're buying it for their grandkids. And you just eliminated them from the equation because they're like, I don't know who this Rey is. She really isn't awesome. I don't really like her. She's a plank of wood. It's not a selling point. I mean, even in the attraction Rise of the Resistance, which is in the Galaxy's Edge theme park expansion in Disneyland and in Florida and the Hollywood studios, that's not appealing at all either. She's like the least interesting part of that whole experience, honestly. They really ruined the character Finn, which makes his existence in that attraction less appealing. And to be fair, the Smuggler's Run attraction is kind of a letdown. There are a lot of Star Wars fans who would cream themselves every time they see a laser sword. That's all it is to them. For some people. Yet they didn't learn that the price is too expensive and people don't care for the era as part of 2 bad movies. Indeed. Yep, exactly along the lines that I was thinking. And you got there first. Well done. Why is Star Wars Cruise in a colorful Disney-like ship and crew? I don't know. How many nights in Vegas is that? For $6K? Depending upon if you have the rewards cards with these casinos, which they'll comp you nights and stuff, depending upon your gaming habits, let's say. You could be there for quite some time. $6K is a lot of money. $6K for bingo awards, indeed. Bye, Felicia. Indeed, Magitech Mags. And Drunk 3PO called, yet some doubted, but he was proven right. Yeah, he did. He called it. I called it. Anybody with a brain was calling it. All you guys were calling it. Yeah. Hey, Michael Gonzalez is here. What's going on? Hail, Follicle Man. Well, thank you. That's a cool name. Like that as a nickname. I wouldn't even go if someone paid my travel expenses. Ooh. Plus a paid weekend plus pocket money. Wow. That's a complete lack of interest right there. I would consider being on that cruise a prison. Kinda. It's really windowless. The fake windows, the portals that you see with the digital projections, the televisions that are back there, those LED screens. Yeah. 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 For less than 6K, I spent 2 months in Europe in a year, crisscrossing battlefields, doing archive research, and hanging out. A lot of people. It's crazy. If it ain't broken down. Yeah, they have a big problem with Rise of the Resistance. For 6K, I can buy all new furniture for my apartment here in Canada. Well, there you go. I would just build it, but that's me. But I'll get back to the DIY channel, answering a comment from a while ago, a little callback there. I'll get back to it, I promise. I've already been filming some stuff. I just haven't been able to release it because I'm not done. I like to complete things. It's weird. Yeah, if you're claustrophobic, it's not a party either. So, and for those of you that are subscribing to the Basco scenario, thank you. It's a good guy. Yeah, Jay Carano is better than Dr. Seuss. That's right, Hank VP. Check out Jay's book, The Achromatic Chronicles. God, I miss Jay. Got to hang out with him here very soon. Vegas. Vegas is coming. You could spend a fraction of that and have a great weekend in Universal Studios theme park. Yes, you could. Indeed. And have some excellent food to go with it. Transportation, flights. Yeah. There are times when the Kylo Ren animatronic, one of the most advanced animatronics ever built, does need Viagra because it gets broken a lot. Not good. John's back. What's up? All right, let's keep this going. So that's not the only place Disney's failing. It's failing in other ways. I mean, I think we all know they're not exactly delivering in the box office. And outside of Avatar, which is an acquired property, mind you, that came with the Fox deal, they really haven't necessarily been successful in the box office to the extent that they had prior to Endgame. And of course, that's a tired conversation because people introduced the idea, well, Spider-Man No Way Home, but again, 70% of the revenue there went to Sony. So was that really Disney succeeding? Not really. Um, I think they probably got not nearly as much money out of that film as they would have liked. And everything else is, well, also rants because there's a decent chance that they've only had one or two films in sense that have actually made money. And the argument that they've made any money on Disney Plus because of anything associated with Marvel is laughable, considering basically Disney Plus has been a $50 billion boondoggle that probably won't turn a profit inside of the window that they're promising, which is 2024. But that's neither here nor there. Let's talk specifically about the latest failure one final time, and that'll be Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania, which is still yet to make $500 million. This should have been done. This should have been well past $500 million. But at $450,275,000, we've hit the stall. The stall's a bad thing. It's when a property completely flatlines. This thing hit the flat line early when you look at the box office tab here. And we always talk about this is the cone of happiness. This is the flat line. Sitting at 200. It's in that $200 million range. This is not where you want to be. And when you're looking at daily returns per theater, things get worse. On February 27th, we were already at $396 per screening. Little bounce here on the 28th, but then on the 1st, 352, then 336, 828, a little bounce. And then, of course, weekend day, I believe. On the 4th, you get 1500. Then 967. So that was a weekend, clearly. But on the 6th, we're back to 238, 337, 228, 202. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. By Sunday, you're only making $695 a theater. And then 275, 366, 287, 248. Nothing else needs to be said. Nobody is going to see this film. It's done. It's stalled. It made across the country, domestically, in this one day, less than $1 million, $769,500. Is this going to continue to drop? Yes. Why did it make so? It's in 3,100 theaters still as of the 16th. These are not good numbers. Not good numbers. Constant drops. Doesn't work. Not going to work. Nobody's interested. Yep, the line of sadness. That's right. Instead of in the cone of joy or happiness. That's right. Even Script Doctor can't revive Ant-Man. It's brain dead. I don't know. It would be really easy to fix that movie, to be honest with you. They took 2 swings at it, didn't succeed, so that's what we got. It's crazy. Rant Man. Very good. Disney Plus is basically covering movie costs. No. So we know how much money movies are losing. Well, movies are losing money. Disney screwed up and made a walled garden for all their properties with their streaming service, which means they recalled everything that was still making money, including the street level Disney stuff, Marvel stuff, right? Hell's Kitchen and all that. They still could have a marketable brand, things that people were interested in, but they pulled everything internal. They pulled everything in. They're suffering for that, and they're going to suffer from it for a while. And they've made not even marginal content. It's all been subpar. Again, why? Well, we all know why. It's the insertion of garbage, and they don't want to look at it that way. They don't want to accept that their push to be, neo-Marxists is being rejected by the West, which they're trying to destroy. Disney's anti-family. I'm getting close to calling them anti-American at this point. And that's strong words coming from me. My background in history with Disney. So there you go. Zero downstream merch sales profitability. True. From all the shows, films as well. The old stuff sells. New stuff is largely staying on shelves. That's actually great. You should actually, that's it. New stuff. So old stuff sells. New stuff shelves. There you go. It's true. Siege Perilous. Indeed. And Sean MNT, thank you for being a member for 3 months. Appreciate that. Sip of water for the working man. 77 of you here in the chat still. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. I imagine other shows are going live right now, but I'm going to be here for a little bit, I think. Jump in and play catch up when I go and check out my other things that I watch. Culture Casino, Disney is failing because they make movies by checklists and message. They don't tell stories anymore. You're right. And you were one of the people calling that early on. We've had discussions. I remember on the Sunday Culture Review many mornings, us covering this way back when. Less than a full theater in each location all the time for the entire day. Let's see. First, Ant-Man was decent only because of Edgar Wright's involvement. I think that might be true. Not to mention the fact that it was just well placed within the franchises, and it's a great supporting role, street level character. You need street level characters, people that are more relatable to people than superheroes. Superheroes can be relatable. They have to have a human side to them. But at the same time, those street level characters, people just enjoy and they feel closer to. Punisher, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. There's a lot of them. Base level powers. You walked by the suburban Fairfax in Virginia, Cinemark, yesterday. It's already gone. Yeah, it's out of theaters. Well, it's going to get out of theaters fast. It is a bad look, to say the least. Darth Plato's in the house. Great to see you, my friend. I love that icon. Smoking hot. Grim's here. I'm off to spend some quality time with my nephew playing Roblox. Awesome. Enjoy that, Grim. It's going to be fabulous. Shrap 3. The cone of happiness usually has 2 scoops in it. Disney is doing everything wrong. Yes. Yeah. Very badly. Gotta wonder what the original ending was in Ant-Man. It was very dark. Okay, so as relayed to me, there was quite the divide between Scott and his daughter, which we weren't presented in the film we got in theaters. And that didn't actually resolve itself till much, much later on. There was a lot of side quests introduced. You can kind of see where pieces were moved and placed in different places. Supposedly, the Alliance's reveal was placed differently in the film. You had a much darker tone. King kind of stayed more in the background for a longer period of time. The ending was much darker, and yeah, very different film, tonally, and didn't have as much of the humor in it. And we got a lot of that injected here in the version that we got. There was a lot of scrapbooking involved here, and then one of the reasons it didn't feel all put together was because of that, and the reshoots and things involved. So would have got a much different film. 4 people go into the quantum realm, then encounter a warmonger that wants to conquer the multiverse. Shouldn't be too hard. No, pretty straightforward. They believe a future audience will love it. No, they're trying to create that future audience, Olaf, by depriving them of good quality entertainment and good character reflections of beloved characters that I grew up with. They really are destroying the characters on purpose to artificially lift up the neo-Marxist version, the modern audience versions, which there is no modern audience to consume. And the people that are going to pat this to any of these things on the back are the people that are not spending money on them. It's one of the reasons why I like when I'm asked the question, and OC Gigan asks me if I would recommend spending money on the Shazam film. No. I mean, it's easy for me to say these are the things. There's plenty of woke in it. There's plenty of intersectional in it. It's much more subtly done, but it's there. It only has 3 jokes that land. And absent the positive thing, and I always try to find positives in films. I mean, I did try to find positives with Ant-Man, and I came up with It's in Focus. Well, fortunately, the CG in Shazam was better, and there wasn't quite as much film by committee that was evidenced in the film. But yeah, Disney's anti-individualist. They are very much about collectivism. They couldn't even part with the line in Ant-Man Quantumania about socialism and the ants working together as a collective, et cetera, et cetera. There was a lot more of that pretty heavily in the previous version of the film as well. Totally repulsive, hollow drivel indeed. Siege Perilous indeed. Well, if Disney's anti-family, it kind of makes them anti-American. Yeah, radioactive. And I hate to say it. I wouldn't want to put them... It's getting harder and harder to ignore. Even in their advertisements, right? And in their produced and promoted material. They are anti-family. They're anti-West at this point. And again, you have to consider who they're in bed with. They're in bed with the CCP. And Iger put them squarely in bed with them. And I'll still say this, despite the fact that I think Hong Kong Disney is quite the gem. Having 2 theme parks in China, it's a problem. They only have 2 theme parks in America. They're putting China on the same level. Most people have never looked at that way, but they put they put China on the same level as America. And of course they have to kowtow to China. Of course. To split revenue with them forever for those theme parks. They're compromised. Iger compromised the company. No argument there. Let me put it this way. Europe, huge. Huge. Easily travel to Paris from most of Europe. They have one theme park there, and it's a piece of crap. I mean, it's okay. That was that was harsh. It's not up to snuff. But they have that Paris Disney and that weak-ass Hollywood Studios thing there. It's terrible. The resorts aren't even extraordinary. They're okay. I hate being this candid, but I'm just going to be. Disney might as well be a mouthpiece for a foreign entity that does not consider us friends. And they're going to try through every manner of leverage available to subvert us. Disney's helping. A lot of these companies are helping. It's going to pay. They're going to pay for it in the end. Globalism's starting to wind down and go reverse. You're seeing a lot of things being repatriated. We don't usually talk about this stuff here on this channel at this time, but we're going to. We're in for a version of change. You're seeing a lot of companies have to admit by laying off people that are of the message in favor of people who actually do things. Twitter was a prime example of getting rid of 75, 80% of your workforce and becoming a better company for it. For whatever you think of Twitter. So the anti-family unit has been going on for decades. It's true. Best way to influence the thinking through policy and entertainment. Entertainment, again, what is downstream? Politics and all of that's downstream from culture. And what are you doing with Disney? You're flipping up culture. Almost cursed. And new stuff is being dumped in landfills. That's right. Not just Funko Pops, not just Magic the Gathering cards, but a whole lot of crap that isn't selling. Manufacturing stuff that doesn't sell, not a profitable business model. Disney has become anti-family, so families are becoming anti-Disney, and we're seeing that more and more every day. And for those of you who have not hit the like button, please do so. Thank you, Darren. Appreciate that. We're 5 away from 100. 100 that's a threshold. For every 100 likes you get on your channel for a particular stream or video, that puts it in the top end of the promotion thing. If you've noticed, I'm trying to find my way into other avenues, so those likes really do help. I appreciate everybody's support. O'Keefe Media Group is taking off. Project Veritas will regret their decision. They already have. They regret it so badly that they're using materials that were acquired under O'Keefe's leadership to artificially prop up their social media right now in regards to all of the trash that's there. There's no wonder why it was removed from there. Nobody has to wonder. And I have a feeling, if I come across something, I'll become one of his citizen journalists for a period of time. I think many of us would. Here's free footage. This is something I witnessed in real time. Spider-Man is a street level character. Indeed. Yeah. Yeah. Heroes for hire. Yeah. That's what O'Keefe is doing, honestly. Although you don't have to hire people willingly volunteering to help you fix the world. A lot of people out there that would do that. Virginia represent. Indeed, we've got a lot of folks that watch from Virginia, and I thank you for that. I really do. CC, how do you get dark mode on the numbers? Well, I have a couple of different plugins that I add to my browsers that do that. There's actually a dark mode plugin for Chrome, I think Brave, and Firefox. And there's also some accessibility plugins that you can use to do that. I don't like white screens anymore. They're very harsh on my eyes because I spend so much time on my computer. So I went looking for a fix for that and found it. So there you are. Is there a phobia for people who are afraid to shave? I know there's a phobia for people that don't like hair. I'm not sure about the people afraid to shave. I'm not afraid to shave. I've shaved before. Um, but I would imagine there probably is. Um, I'm trying to remember what it was that it was called. Um, Hey, Furry Kitten's here. New humor, just like regular horror, but with none of the smiles. That's right. That's right, Furry Kitten. Indeed. Uh, Elizabeth Young says a hive mind where individualism and own thoughts and creativity is never a good thing. That's right. Yeah, that's what they have now. People are. It's as simple as that. You have hive mind mentality. Oh, and by the way, I watch occasionally Liberal Hive Mind on YouTube and a few other places. But yeah, that's actually why creativity is dying. Is this unified thinking, incapable of creativity if you think the same thing as the guy next to you, and they see the same thing, so on and so on. That's why we ended up with shows like She-Hulk. Crap. Bye, Mags. Love you. Be safe. It's weird that they are pushing socialism since they are the pure antithesis to socialism. I don't get it. They are discerning their own future, but they're not because they're going to be able to force consumption like the Chinese do. The Chinese do. Forced consumption. If you don't spend the right amount of money, this is why federally pushed digital currencies are terrifying. Federally pushed digital IDs are terrifying too. Avoid them at all costs. Fight against them. Resist any more federalization of anything in your life. Do not participate in digital ID. It's the first step. Well, actually, we were already well along, but I mean, it's the first next step. So is digital currency, which again, they're going to want to push with these bank failures. So just watch out. Yeah, blue light works good. My monitors, my monitor is one of those anti-eye strain monitors that filter out a lot of blue light. So yeah. If somebody calls you Germanic with a B and says dash page, that'd be weird. I mean, I don't know. I'm not. I'll let Olaf answer for himself. How much money did Ant-Man make in China? Less than expected. Oh, far less than expected. Not more than domestic. Very tiny fraction of money. They're sacrificing an awful lot to do business there, and they have been for quite some time. But they have sunk costs there that were far greater than they're willing to admit. There's still a lot of people wondering where some of the money went that disappeared, and a lot of people suspect it was graft. A lot of people lined their pockets in China, and maybe some people in the US as well. And this is true. After Avatar 2's success in China, Iger thinks he can get in bed again with Mickey Mao, and that might be true, but it doesn't really work. Nothing has been hitting the numbers in China like it used to, and they're not exactly in a great financial place either. China's box office for Ant-Man total is going to be disappointing. $40 million to date. That's it. 40 million. Now, subtract 70% from that. That's what Disney made from that. $40 million. 40 million. There are a lot of people that will willingly sell the country, their company, whatever, into the ground, into that mindset to benefit themselves financially and for power. Truth be told. All that precious plastic gone to waste. Yeah, you guys are talking about the Funko Pops. Yeah, toast. Thank you for the likes, folks, and appreciate the update, Olaf. 101 likes. Thank you. Thank you. All of my wrenches and supporters, I appreciate it. Look at that. Not necessarily. Yes, temporarily. But it also leads to very easily exploited supply chain problems. When we had actual co-location of things, watch, you know what? Look into Peter Zehan, Darcipio. Most of your toy collection is made in China. True. That will change. We're already going that way. I mean, it's inarguable. You're seeing the repatriation of patriotization of nearly everything. We're going to start manufacturing primarily in North America. You'll have Canada expanding its capacity. You'll have Mexico expanding its capacity for assembly. And you'll start seeing more and more things produced in the States, Canada, and Mexico. Razor phobic. There you go. Pinochet's helicopter tours for $5 says, I semi-agree, but stop pretending that this comes from just outside the country. The entirety of the current political administration hates America. Yeah, they do. They also are seeking power, Pinochet's. I mean, you and I have talked about this before. I can't wait to see you again. I'd love to talk, actually, talk about this in person, I should say. I think it would be important. And I'm really sorry that I missed you for one of the Northeast meetups that you were at. So hopefully I get to see some folks in Texas when we do that coming up. But yeah, the influence has always come from outside the country, but a lot of bad things have been coming from within. And I mean, let's not pretend they aren't coming from, the upper levels of education. The universities have been pushing socialism and communism for a long time. Again, I mean, Disney is now a neo-Marxist company. They have been for a while. The opportunity to turn it around, and I know a lot of people don't want to recognize it, would have been under Chapek. But Chapek showed his true colors, and in pursuit of power and to, try to avoid an immediate removal from his job or a cancellation of his contract or the non-renewal of his contract, he bent the knee. If he hadn't bent the knee and he listened to the PR guy that left, I always forget his name, Morley, I think. If he'd listened to him, Morel. If he'd listened to him, waited another 2 weeks, it would have blown over. He would have had less reeing. Florida wouldn't have taken away their special taxing district. And he'd be able to have done all the things he was going to do that Iger is now forced to do. And maybe more. Oh, I won't disagree with you, Pinochet. We do have to blame ourselves. Look at the mirror. Indeed, I do every day. I limit my financial support to almost none for a lot of this stuff. There are things I can't help but put money in pockets that I don't want to. But I'd say that's true for almost everybody. You have to pay for your utility company. Some utility companies give money to these garbage things, just like these banks. So there you are. Get some chickens, grow your own food. The USA is partly socialist. I would say I'd love to end that. I don't like any of the socialized programs. The minute you invite government into that aspect of your life, you're inviting a level of tyranny and a removal of freedom. Charity starts at home, not with the federal government or any government, to be honest with you. They do a very poor job of it. You end up with a lot of corruption. All these programs are being, shown to be what they are, including UNICEF. And yeah, I don't normally get into politics, Scipio, so I don't really want to go down that way. But it happens. We get into these conversations from time to time. Oh yeah, they've been through multiple rounds of those. You're right, Darcipio. They went through multiple rounds of infections. You're 100% right. And it's not. It doesn't have to do with mood. They've had films in their own areas performing far better. It's the American films that have been suffering. But I see your point. Just gonna say they've also been lying to us about their population for a long time and the direction it's headed. They're they're looking bad. There's a lot of interesting population collapse conversations that we need to be paying attention to. A lot of these ideologies lead to the destruction of population, which means there won't be a lot of support for infrastructure and other things that we rely on day to day. Can you imagine being in a city where you have to wait for power to get on and off? It's a third world country. Want to live in the Dominican Republic in the United States? You want to turn the United States into a Dominican Republic? F no. Thank you. No. And this is very true. Manufacturing infrastructure requires a long time to build up, which is why 6 years ago, we were headed in the right direction. Then somebody hit the pause button for 2 years. Then somebody figured it out again. Oh, crap. That was the right direction to go. We're behind 2 years. It's going to take a while. Production of real green energy, nuclear power, long ways off because of pause on that, because of the quote unquote greenies saying that was a bad idea. Wrong. We have very safe technology now when it comes to that. We had something else I wanted to mention. I don't remember what it was. Oh, do you remember the hub? I'm going to say it that way. You guys remember that? A, wasn't necessarily dissolved. It was just taken over by a committee. B, they are not responsible for any of those things. And so you're very wrong. And D, if you need any further information on that specifically, an attorney who actually forms special districts in Florida, has a history of doing that there, was on with Valiant Renegade speaking specifically to this. So if you'd like to get more background on it, beautiful video done there. Valiant Renegade does great coverage on this and does it with legal experts who have worked on special districts in Florida who would actually know. Not to mention the fact that it's already been done. So perhaps I misread that, but there's that. Let's get on to stuff real quick. Valiant Renegade, Valliant. Somebody's probably got a link for it, I hope. Let's jump into this. The hub has been sold. It's had a lot of problems. They've not been doing well. They have some issues, and I'm here for it. I'm glad to see it, and it makes me quite happy to see that they've been in trouble, and have a good chance they're going to fundamentally change. I wouldn't normally do the story. Doesn't really suit me. Probably going to, not be super advertisement friendly, but it is a story in a publication that would be considered news. From Deadline. The hub was acquired by a Canadian private equity firm, Ethical Capital. They're working on a doc at Netflix that I think they say here is debuted about the hub. So MindGeek, which is the parent company of the hub, the world's biggest adult site and other adult entertainment platforms, was acquired by a Canadian private equity firm called Ethical Capital Partners, or ECP, for an undisclosed amount, which I would imagine would be quite substantial. The hub was founded in 2007. It has 76 million monthly active registered users and over 130 million adults that visit the site daily. Woohoo! That's bad. Lots of brain chemicals that are unearned there. The deal announcement says it's been plagued by scandal and is subject of the Netflix documentary Money Shot, The Hub Story by Susan Hillinger. produced by Alex Gibney's, who you should sound familiar to. Gibney is the one that exposed some issues with the science plastology thing in the Going Clear documentary, which I think is extraordinarily well done, and you should check it out if you haven't. I think it's still on HBO, might even be on YouTube now. Anyway, in 2020, a New York Times columnist, Nicholas Kristof, actually accused MindGeek of this thing, and this thing, and this thing, none of which are good, and I am very much against. Visa and MasterCard actually suspended their credit card services for the site, and that, of course, that returned later. But they actually disabled millions of accounts and got rid of a bunch of unverified uploads, which has to do with age things. So with core values of consent, freedom of that type of expression, authenticity, originality, diversity. See, notice this word that's added here unnecessarily. Anyway, at the heart of the hub's mission, the platform is a safe space. There's an argument to be had there for verified content creators and the entire adult segment of business. So here are the assets that go. All of these sites, which I'm not going to read. Is this a loss to anybody? Is it a gain for anybody? No. We have a lot of industries that don't contribute a lot to societies. Any society, doesn't matter what it is. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do. I'm not going to shame anybody's kink. That's not what I'm talking about. If you can find people to pay money for you to do something, okay. That's the center libertarian in me. The center left libertarian in me is like, it's fine. What's not fine is when it involves people not within the consent framework. And that's a problem. But regardless, mass exposures like this are often regretted. That's a shame. People need to be well educated. There you go. Dapper Bargaids. Okay, the hub is what I think it is. Yeah. Oh, that hub. Oh my. Yeah. They're going to make entertainment woke. Yeah. That's the goal. I mean, ethical partners, what does that tell you? In this particular industry, what was the word ethical indicate? Especially when they added that end word to the descriptor. Yeah. I love how a company with the word ethical in its name bought that company. There you go. I bet Disney wished they got those numbers. Yes. 130 million a day. Disney's like, wait a minute. That'd be great. I wonder if they're so. Oh, no, not even going to speculate. Might start looking into some stuff, though. My equity firm has a different meaning on the hub. There you go. Very good to know that the adult industry is worried about safe spaces. Yes, indeed. Aaron's like, yes, it's a loss. Adult stuff shouldn't go woke. I thought diversity was one of the popular sections on the hub. It is. Probably. Based on, lots of memes. Right? I think the McGinnis segment may have made it onto the hub. I think it may have, made it onto the hub. Yeah, it's very weird. Hey, Fat sent some people over here. No, wait, I'm having flashbacks. Pod racing Palpatine. How you doing? That's pod racing. Yeah, I might do that from time to time. We have a long running stream like that on a Tuesday, Thursdays, mail some folks over to Fat Stevens gaming stuff. That's a good idea. Back in college, I talked to a gal I knew. I talked a gal I knew out of doing video for the hub. She is now a mother, so I think she's happy knowing she didn't go that route. Well, the problem is that, and this is the thing that people like Mia Khalifa and some other more well-known people, they weren't mentally prepared for what could happen later in their lives. Whether it would damage the opportunity for the kinds of relationships they wanted, whether or not they would be willing to expose their children to it. A lot of people change their minds later in life as they get life experience about choices that they've made in the past, and some people regret things. There's a lot of things that go along in that world. And again, I'm very non-judgmental person. I just would prefer some of this stuff to not exist. And I think some of it is damnable. I don't say that very often. That's the little bit of judgment you'll get out of me. Everybody has a little bit of hypocrite in them. Ben Shapiro videos are popular on there. I don't know, maybe. I knew somebody who was actually publishing content on one of those types of sites that wasn't even the stuff that people were looking for on there. Very interesting strategy. Does anybody else notice that the DEI stuff is literally DIE? Yeah. I've been saying DIE for a while, Ceci Les. I don't think I'm like to say that. Dante, welcome from India. Welcome. I love the avatar. Very cool. You guys are funny. Chat. 2:30 a.m. My goodness. Well, welcome and enjoy. Beagle says, yeah, I know a friend who posts his COD videos on there. Well, there you go. If there's an audience for it, right? All right. Well, finally, let's just say this. And we'll get back real quick to the Disney conversation. I just thought I'd throw that out there because there's an article I found today that I don't have time to make a video on. Disney's is in the same kind of trouble as everybody else in entertainment. Honestly, you can see the companies that are turning it around. I think we talked a little bit about this. Warner Brothers, which is something I wanted to mention. They're turning it around. They've got an upgraded credit rating. Investment rating from analysts, I should say. Wells Fargo and one of the research firms upgraded them again today. They're very bullish on Zaslav's approach to Warner Brothers Discovery. There's a good reason for that. He's been able to cut money that was being spent poorly. He's removed a lot of uncertainty from that company and kind of put it on the right track. We also have some other entities that are headed on the right track as well. I would suggest Paramount kind of is getting back into the right track. And I'm not just talking specifically about Terry Trek. I'm saying specifically they know what they're doing now, and they're going to be investing in films that are going to be successful, like Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Parts 1 and 2, and other things similar to that. I think everybody is starting to recognize that diving down in this particular direction really does hurt your company. Even if you have leadership that is otherwise leaning into the DIE stuff, they're having to come to grips with the fact that that's not a popular direction to go for investors. And you only have so much VC, you only have so much support from entities like BlackRock and State Street and others. And that support will severely wane as we head even deeper into the financial trouble that we're going to have globally going forward. And as globalism collapses and China starts to shut down its exports, and you see things happening in other parts of the country, you see Germany's manufacturing capacity start to drop, their GDP start to fall. Um, there's that they're the primary creator in Europe. Germany is the primary. The primary creators are starting to fall apart. So it's very different. It's very different. And for the 60 of you here that still remain here, I want to say thank you because we've done an extended show today, which I normally wouldn't do. And we have somebody I haven't seen before, Squirrel Lords Gaming. Welcome, Squirrel. Good to see you. Do you think Alan Morse screams every morning knowing the oppression he warned about in V for Vendetta currently comes from his liberal left? I don't. He should. You should be quite well aware of what's happening there. V for Vendetta was more than a warning. It was well done, and it makes references to the very same things that Gina Carano did, and made the very same warnings Gina Carano did. Right? The WEF, they're pretty much aligned with, the German guy with the whisk broom mustache. That was a house painter. That's the WEF. That's Klaus Schwab. That's who he studied. That he worked with the banking folks from that regime. This is all verified. It's a true story. Not good story. True story. I will check this out, Dante. I do look at a lot of Indian cinema and television and art. So I will take a look at it. The All of Us. I will give you an evaluation on that. I'll try to take a look at it this weekend. I have to say I've been very impressed with many films coming out of India lately, and have done several reviews. I'll be doing some more here in the near future. I will take a look at the All of Us, though. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. V for Vendetta has Padme in it, right? Yes, it does. Yeah, before she went crazy. This is true. He was Austrian. That's correct. Sorry about that. I was speaking specifically to the what happened in that region and under what direction and from where. So yes, you're correct, Kitty Bear. Let's see. Yes, again. Sorry, I'm not pinning him on you. Not pinning him on you. I feel you, Thunderduck. I feel you. Squirrel Lord's Game said, just found your channel today. So far, it's very interesting. I'm listening to you while I drive home from work, hands-free. Well, thank you. I primarily focus on entertainment. We don't usually do a lot of politics here. If Sunday nights are a freewheeling, usually a lot of fun, very much hilarity ensues on a Sunday late night culture show. Late night culture is a good time. We do a Tuesday tirade here with myself and Tom from Midnight's Edge. It's all entertainment based. We talk about film, television, box office, business related side of entertainment. That's kind of where my channel's focused. But from time to time, we get into related politics. And unfortunately, right now, the convergence of politics and entertainment are at its apex. And it will be this way for quite some time. Oh, The Last of Us, it's indeed very woke, Dante. Indeed. And I understand it being all the rage everywhere, and a lot of people who did not or weren't conversant in the game wouldn't see it. But yes, I do think that it is very intersectional and woke. And if that's the kind of entertainment people enjoy, they will flock to it. I think that they're going to have a very hard time with the second season because it's going to get into a lot of very disturbing things that many people will reject outright, including what will, become of, what would have been assumed as the primary protagonist, which would have been Joel. So, yeah. Sorry about that. Oh, you stream video games. That's awesome. I had a comment about the whole Hogwarts cancellation garbage. Excellent. The activists are destroying their own support through bad actions and bad faith. Indeed. 100%. Yeah, you're right on, my friend. And I had the great pleasure of hanging out with Carol Lynn today, the person that got canceled over a tweet. Well, they attempted to cancel her. She's far more resilient than that. She was on Midnight's Edge in the morning today on the channel Midnight's Edge. She is brilliant, brilliant young woman. Just absolutely lovely. So yeah, check that out if you want to take a look at that. Carolyn is brilliant, and she was at Limited Run Gaming, and she lost her gig there because she commented years prior about something that was fairly innocuous. So yeah, but no, I'm glad you're here. I appreciate it. I love games. I actually have a gaming channel that I have been ignoring that I need to get back to, but I love Hogwarts Legacy. I've enjoyed playing it so far. Shrap 3. Shrap 3 says, never played T. Louis. Looked depressing. Yeah, The Last of Us. Already depressed enough as it is. Glad I skipped it. Worked out in the long run. Well, there you go. You didn't miss anything. Oh, it isn't even just that, Dante. Again, those types of themes can be in entertainment. It's not in line with the source material. But it isn't even that. I mean, why we've had that in entertainment forever. That's not the problem. There's a lot of other things in there, but yes, you're right. There is stuff like that. There is some things that people will find offensive that they don't align with for whatever reason, background, religion, et cetera, et cetera. But it's beyond that. It's changes in characterization, character motivations, characters that didn't exist, lots of other things that vary wildly from the source material. And again, you know, lots of forced political commentary into a space that it doesn't deserve to be forced into. It's been happening a lot. But yeah. Let's see what else is there. Elizabeth says, I'm going to start streaming again. Good for you, Elizabeth Young. Here's another streamer, game streamer, good friend, Biggles Matt says, the first one is good, but I think it's overrated. I think it's good. I enjoyed it, but honestly, I played through it, liked the story, was done with it. I thought the game was over. No, we got two, which destroyed the first one and the characters that were in the first one. Am I anxiously awaiting CP 2077 Phantom Liberty? I am anxiously awaiting anything related to Cyberpunk. I'm one of those people. I'm absolutely sold. Really am. I love the game. I always have, and everything that has sprouted up around it. And it was very disappointing when Cyberpunk 2077 came out in video game form and was disappointing and broken. But it's fixed now, for the most part, and I've enjoyed it very much. Hey, look at that. Low spec Linux laptop is here. What's up, brother? Oh, by the way, my Steam Deck plays Cyberpunk 2077 brilliantly. It also plays Hogwarts Legacy brilliantly. It supports pretty much everything on my Steam library, even when it says it really doesn't. It's very impressive. Nice piece of tech. Edge Runners was an excellent show. It really was. I really loved that. They did such a great job with that on Netflix. Very enjoyable. That's funny. I was thinking about picking up where I left off on Cyberpunk. I saw the lame ending. I want to see better endings. There's a lot of them. I've played through enough times. I think I've seen them all, including the secret ending. Pretty sure I have. And I've played as both male and female in that game. So But thanks for being here, Squirrel Lords Gaming. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Yeah, a lot of people saw Edge Runners. It was good. Yeah, Edge Runners, great. Yeah. I gave a piece of advice on Midnight's Edge in the Morning as far as anime that I really enjoyed. It's an older one, so it's easy to find. It's called Last Exile. It is kind of a steampunk, cyberpunk mixed with like, airships. So more steampunk than cyberpunk. Very good. Airship Navy, it's very cool stuff. Very much enjoyed that. I really wish they'd fleshed out that world more instead of just one season. But yeah. Oh, I've played all kinds of RPGs. Yeah. I played 80s tabletop. I played you name it. I was playing Star Wars RPGs back in the day. I think that was White Wolf, but yeah, I played RPGs forever. D&D, you name it. I think, do I have the Vampire Masquerade book over there? No, I have the Serenity role-playing game book handy. Hang on a second. Let me grab it. People are like, "Are you a Firefly fan?" No, not me. I wouldn't possibly be. I wouldn't ever do an RPG game. Serenity wouldn't be me. It's an interesting game. Not fully fleshed out, but pretty good. So, but yeah, I like RPGs. Yeah. Yeah, Star Citizen is very cool. Again, not. I don't think the game is ever going to be finished. I'm not even sure. I don't think I've downloaded the any of the latest patches for like the last year. I just haven't had time to play it, but it's still on my computer. It's a really cool thing. Yeah, I did play the Last of Us game. The first one is excellent. The second one, not so much. Um, I actually didn't buy the second one. I watched a lot of gameplay. It was very disappointing. First game is a lot of it's interesting, good story. The playthrough's not entirely spoiled by the show. You will see massive deviation. What the show deviated from the game substantially. Obviously, it had to. It was having to craft some whole cloth things just to extend the show. But when you get to the third episode in the show, that's where it starts to deviate wildly. So a lot of the themes that are in the show are not in the game. You're in school. You're in school for computers now. That's awesome. Yeah. I built PCs since back in the 386 days, where I'd buy a cheap Compaq and keep upgrading. I was putting stuff in forever. The old 86 days. Eagerly awaiting Baldur's Gate 2. What do I have loaded here? Let's see. Which launcher is that in? I still have Robert Space Industries on my machine for Star Citizen. Look at that. Wow, I still have Watch Dogs Legion on here. Crazy. Crazy. Crazy for being so lonely. I will say I'm confused by this comment, Eclay, because I have Baldur's Gate 3 loaded on this machine. So, what? Oh, yeah, Werewolf and Vampire the Masquerade. Those are great games. I liked crossing the 2 games over, which was done frequently back when I was doing it. This is the 90s. It's a good time. Really enjoyed that. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Darren Hughes for $5. Thank you, my friend. He says, have you played Eve? Yes. Or seen Star Citizen? Yes, I've actually played Star Citizen. Not well. This machine is built for Star Citizen, to be honest with you. You discovered Star Citizen on the internet. Afraid I'd waste so much time playing either. You will. We have Mando Merc is in our community here on YouTube and on Twitch. Mando Merc plays Star Citizen on his channel and does game replays and stuff. So if you want to watch the gameplay done well, done right, and done very expertly, it's a good follow. Yep, I've played as both male and female. Culture talking about Cyberpunk. Yep. Steam Deck's currently 10% off. Wow, that's cool. I love it for travel. I have to tell you, it's great to be able to play like RTS or something. Like I'll play like Civilization when I'm traveling. So it's fantastic. Playing games since '84. Excellent. Yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful pastime indeed. I knew about Dungeons and Dragons when I was a kid, but really didn't get into it till you deployed in 05. Wow. Yeah. What a great way to bury time when you're when you're deployed somewhere indeed. Elite Dangerous was a pretty fun game. I think that I may have even experienced that if I'm remembering correctly on VR. So I think on the Vive. Wow, we're just chatting now. Sorry guys, it's 53 of you in here. We're just shooting the breeze. Oh, we met Baldur's Gate 3. Okay, cool. I expected as much. There's a lot of people playing a lot of stuff. Oh, wait. In your opinion, RRR is equivalent to which Hollywood movie? I don't think there's an equivalent to it. It's really well done. I don't know that I could draw a direct parallel to anything. The action was ridiculous. I love the story of it. The CGI hit miss, whatever. But you know again, if the CGI is clean looking, it won't bother me so much if it's not perfect or hokey. I really RR is one of those that I love. Bahubali 1 and 2 were great. Bahubali got a little bit more fanciful. Let me use that word there as a descriptor. But both were great. I enjoyed Pushpa. Pushpa might be one of my favorite because it's very gritty. I like it. KGF. I can't wait for the next film because there is a sequel in production, or it's already maybe it's already in the can or it's in post. I don't know. But drawing a parallel for RR, I'm not sure. I don't know what you would compare it to. It's just a good film, beginning to end. Honestly, man, that one scene right at the beginning, climbing up the people, the mountain to collect the person that threw a rock. It was amazing. Just insane. Good stuff. Oh no, you're fine. We can communicate well. You're doing good. I was just a kid back in the 386 days. Yeah, I'm a little older than most. Yeah. Hey, Dante. Thank you for contributing, my friend. And I'm glad you're here from India. I have some Indian audience. I appreciate everybody here. I have quite the international audience, and I appreciate you. You have no idea. I like that kind of feedback. It's very important to get diverse information. I know that's not in vogue. We look at diversity here in the States, which is pushing outward, unfortunately, merely by pigmentation or by the identity of whatever you decide to wrap yourself in. But what I really appreciate is diversity of thought and opinion, because it informs mine, and it should. I mean, that's a different perspective. Shadowrun was incredible. Played that spy game. This is going to be weird, but my bio dad and two of my brothers played this game. It was so good. Man, that was way back. But the way back machine, man. Way back. Woo. Well, thank you, Squirrel Lord. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're appreciating the channel. And we're having a fun stream. I appreciate it. Hey, there's the lovely Miss Sherry. How you doing, Sherry? Hope you're doing well, dear. Every once in a while, Sherry updates her picture. It's great. And then she memes me. And if she's in a good mood, she doesn't stab me. So good to see you, Sherry. Morrowind and Skyrim. Yeah, Argons. Yes. Just mess with the law and lift the middle finger up to the not so friendly dark elves of Morrowind. I still go back and play Skyrim. Oh, Skyrim in VR on the Vive. Bananas. Bananas. And I'm a weird guy, like adult Legos games. So like I will build settlements all day long in like Fallout 4 or similar. Like I really enjoyed Assassin's Creed through Black Flag. And then a little less in each iteration afterwards. And I've played, all the variants of Assassin's Creed at this point. I just like the idea of building up an army of guys, sending people out on missions and all of that at the same time playing through a quality story mode. And that's where I think Ubisoft is going to fall down next. They really are destroying themselves in an effort to, pander to this fractionally tiny small audience to influence culture and destroy everything. So there you are. Low Spec likes Morrowind. That's awesome. Well, thank you, Thunderduck. I appreciate it, my friend. It's high praise from all of you. It's been a wonderful day. You guys have inflated my ego. I should probably go eat lunch, though. And I need to catch up on some of my favorite shows. Dante says, Hollywood sci-fi movies are next level. I hope Indian directors make sci-fi movies someday. I think you guys are well on your way, Dante. I'm not I look right now. You are doing the India, no matter what region, whether it's Tollywood or not so much Bollywood right now, but they're trying to make a comeback. Collywood. I mean, your titles are influencing American culture, American directors, creators, people like myself. The stuff that I'm seeing is wildly entertaining. So it's very easy to review. Some of your comedies are just brilliant. I wouldn't go chasing after what Hollywood does so quickly. I really wouldn't. I mean, you're stepping into your own version of superhero films to a certain extent, and it's wonderful to see. So I wouldn't go wishing for what Hollywood's doing at the moment. Bethesda delayed Starfield again? Yeah. That's frustrating. Armored Core. Didn't that get moved too? Daryl, what's up, brother? If you get bored later, we're having a show tonight. Awesome. Is it going to be on VacTube or your channel, bro? You sound like you need a refreshing libation. I do. A libation, indeed. It's St. Patrick's Day here in the States. Well, and anywhere else that celebrates it. So yeah, I might imbibe an adult beverage or two this evening. Quite possibly. You guys are so amazing. I appreciate all the support. I can't believe we've gone 2.5 hours. We're an hour past when I normally end the show. I'm glad you're here. Oh, I burned 1 billion hours in frickin' Wing Commander. Ew. Wow. I love that game. Love that game. So good. Might as well move it to Christmas at this rate. Hey, if games are delayed so they don't deliver a buggy mess, I will never yell at a studio for that. Just look at Volition destroyed themselves in 3 different ways all at the same time. They went woke with Saints Row. They delivered a subpar story with the woke, which kind of goes hand in hand. I mean, let's be honest about it. When you go woke, you can't do a story anymore because it's not relevant, and it's nobody's lived experience, which is another term I hate. But nobody in this world is going to live inside this tiny little framework of hive mind mentality, this unified vision of garbage. It's in a Marxism. But lastly, the game was broken. They delivered a broken game. And Embracer Group was really unhappy. So unhappy that that part of the company is gone. Gone. So if you're going to delay a game, might as well delay it till it's done. Agree with that. Always VacTube. All right, bro. Shoot me an invite. If I can drop in, I will. I got a couple shows to stop by. Somebody's celebrating 100th episode anniversary that I'm supposed to go to too. I'm getting tired. Radioactive for $5 is culture. Have you ever thought of doing a panel show focused on gaming? I tried that. Go looking for an original channel that we put together, or a few of us, 5, 6 of us that started off originally, which would have included the Atlantean, who I love, Mando Merc, who I love, Kai Makes Fun Things, Kai, which is Kai MFS, Angelus Draven, and Cooper, otherwise known as Runner. And the channel was called Le Gaming Lounge, French LEGAMING Lounge. I think there's still videos up there. I think it's still active. I don't know. I haven't logged in there in a long time. But it was just us goofing, talking about stuff, talking about games, getting up or down based on the quality of the game, whatnot, our expectations and all that. I like talking about games. I like talking about all kinds of games. Dapper Bard games. Check out Dapper Bard games. Great stuff. In fact, there's Dapper Bard in the channel right now. Well, okay, Dante, I'm sorry. For fun, it's just easier for me to keep track of the region and languages that are coming, where all the fills are coming from. But yeah, I do. It's weird, but I'm partial to a lot of Telugu language films or dialect films. But again, everything coming out of India for the most part recently has been just bloody brilliant. I mean, yeah. It's in my watch list, my friend. I will get to it this weekend, I'm sure. At low spec, I want to support everybody, and I did. It's checkmarked on watch later, so I will get to it. Probably while I'm doing a DIY outside, but usually I just take the laptop out there with me and put it on the stand so I can turn it around, listen when I'm not doing something out there. But I will get to it, my brother. I appreciate it. I really, really do appreciate it. You guys are doing great stuff out there. It's an Americanism, Dante. It's true. Yeah, the Gaming Lounge. Biggles was even there a few times, weren't you, Biggles? Oh, yeah, that's right. We used to tell Rudder to shut up. It was a joke, ongoing joke. Shut up, Rudder. And I do have a gaming channel, which I have been neglecting terribly. I'm bad. I need motivation. The gaming channel and the DIY channel have been suffering of late. Not just because I've been doing a lot of content here, but because I'm actually in the middle of a DIY project that's in the backyard now that I need to wrap up so I can put that video out there and I can open up behind me so there's no longer a green screen. And you guys can see through the picture window part of what I've been working on. So I'm very proud of what's going on back there, or starting to go on back there. A lot of work going on into the future. Dune 2, Warcraft 2, and StarCraft games, favorite strategy games. I really liked Warcraft 2. I liked StarCraft quite a bit. I had the Battle Chest edition. I used to play that on a clamshell Mac. I did that across the country on the train one time, literally from nearly coast to coast. That was a lot of fun. My travel companion was quite skilled in both games. Command and Conquer, played a lot of that stuff. You have to remember, I mean, I was so involved in Warcraft early on that when World of Warcraft came out, I was on one of the original 6 servers. I was on Azjul Nerub. That's how long ago I was playing that stuff. Zork, there you go, brother. Talk about the Wayback Machine. Good God. Love you, dude. Yeah, Telugu film are close to their culture, by the way. I am from Kerala, where Malayalam is spoken. Oh, wow. Okay. I actually have an Indian snack on my desk right now, but I haven't opened yet. So this is going to be because I try to have movie snacks when I watch something. So this is going to be my movie snack for my next Indian film that I review. So yeah. Anyway, my desk is a mess now because I've been grabbing stuff. You guys are great. I learned some Tamil 40 years back when I was in college. Wow, D-Bud. I've only been I worked a little on, I've got a little French. I speak a bit of German, used to be better at German. Spanish, I speak some Spanish, enough to get by. I tried to pick up some Japanese. I need to go back to doing that. And I speak very poor English. Yeah. So I don't know. As you get older, it's really important to focus on expanding your brain. So languages is a good way to do that. Thanks for being here, Squirrel Lord. Appreciate you. Take it easy. I'm glad you found us too. That looks spicy. It is indeed spicy and savory at the same time. Yep, I like that. It's usually spicy. That's right. Like I said, I dive into that stuff. I'm so delighted to see you're having Kerala Indian snacks, by the way. This snack is famous in the Kerala region. Yeah. I am, like I said, I've been awakened, courtesy of Chris Gore and a few of my friends. Chris Gore from Film Threat, which is a channel here on YouTube, to a lot of great things. And I'm very grateful because I've been able to consume a lot of entertainment that I didn't even know existed. And like I said, very, very grateful. I did play the original Star Trek. I did play this game, if it's the one I'm thinking of. Here's the weird thing. So I'm going to tell you, this is going to be odd. So my biological father is very into horse racing. There's a whole lot to go into that. We could actually talk one day when I reveal exactly who I am and what I've done in my life. That'll be like a series of videos, I'm sure. But I will talk a little bit about the fact that at the age of, gosh, I don't even know, junior high, middle school age, let's say, I was already writing programs. One of the programs I had written was a handicapping program for horse racing. And I was already playing text-based games and all kinds of other stuff. I was trying to write one, as a matter of fact, kind of a choose-your-own-adventure thing. I did a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Very strange. Yeah. I can now say 4 sentences in Japanese. Awesome. I can say things that would scare people. But Daryl, I speak 2 languages, English and bad English. Yeah, I speak a little Canadian. Oh, you guys are great. What's up, War Monkey? I think I saw you sneak in here. My good friend, the Peter Venkman fan site. Great to see you, my friend. Oh, I gotta wrap up. Yep. ASCII Trek. That's right. Malayalam film industry is going through a serious crisis. There is a hell of a lot of wokeism and a hell of a lot of unnecessary moral messaging. Our film handiwork in north of India, forget about working in the West. Yeah. Well, that's the problem with Bollywood, right? Is it's gone incredibly woke. They've been really pushing it. And this is the if you were to communicate anything to anybody, it would be get Amazon the flip out of the entertainment industry in any country, including here in the United States, because they are poison. They are a poison to the industry. And it doesn't matter where it is. Doesn't matter where it is. Mandarin would be very good. Mandarin would be very good. Kitsune, watashi wa megitsune. Is that right? Gojira. Wow, that's probably not appropriate, but I like to say it that way anyway. Yeah, this is the other cool thing, right? You speak Malayalam, Hindi, English, and Kannada. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to keep watching it. I feel like, eventually you'll learn a language if you watch enough of their media, right? And you can put things together and become at least conversational. I think that could happen. Happy St. Patty's Day, Peter Venkman fan site. Indeed. Did I pronounce that right in Japanese? Can somebody tell me? Kapla. Sorry, that was Klingon. Gojira. Yep. My day is extraordinary, my friend. I have invitations to go hang out with people later on streams, which I'll take them up on. So, sounded good to me, says Low Spec Linux Laptop. Very good. Kapla. Can you read the sacred scrolls of the lawgiver? Frisian, Dutch, German, English is all I can read and speak. It's plenty. You realize most people in the United States can only speak English, and not very well. Very, very poorly, as a matter of fact. But yeah, man, I got to clean up this desk. 2 hours and 47 minutes. This is a marathon stream, kids. My goodness. You know why there's wokeism in Malayalam movies? Because the communists are in power in Kerala. I did not know that. They cancel those who make good movies, like movies related to Kerala culture. That sucks. I love. By the way, I really feel like I get a lesson, like Bahubali. I felt like I was getting a lesson, like in your mythology, and the things that surround the religious aspect of your culture and things like that. I feel like I get that all in most of those films to a certain extent. I like that. I like the symbolism that's tied to things. It's one of the reasons that one of the small things about Shazam, the Fury of the Gods, that was actually decent was the linkages there. And again, I mean, when you wait to see it on streaming, folks, if you can, for you're a pirate. But yeah, it's it's one of those things. I like that kind of learning in the films. So Sassy Lass, cheers to green beers. I hope you have a lovely weekend. I hope to see you Sunday night. For those of you, the Late Night Culture Show is on. In fact, it's already set up, ready to go. I'll get all the other next week's shows put together this weekend and go from there. Yeah, not very gooder. That's right. You guys are the best. Malayalam is a palindrome word. Yes, it is. It's very cool. Yeah, I'm actually surprised. There are very few cultures in the world that necessarily catch on, especially people who speak different languages, to American idioms. So the English idioms, even as a broader term. So it's always fascinated me when people can catch on to some of that stuff. It's because it's rare. So I appreciate it. Laughed my head off when Picard tried to speak Klingon to Worf and the Klingon Council. Yeah. Yeah. I love you guys. War Monkey. What? What's wrong, War Monkey? What happened, buddy? What did you say? You're making me check. Did I miss something, War Monkey? Sad face. You learned to read or write. Goofball. Had me seriously worried what's going on. Not until CC kicks us off. All right. Very good. Americans have a lot of idioms. Yes, indeed. Liger fan. If something is not very gooder, does that mean is badder? Yes. You guys are speaking comics division perfectly. Oh man, he's so funny. I regret that I had to bail off of last night's show as it got later and later. But it is what it is. I think I just missed a scam call. I did. Yay. But we do have to wrap it up. We're 10 minutes shy of the 3-hour mark. I just want to say thank you so very much. You are really valuable. I appreciate your support for the channel. I appreciate the conversations we get to have and your humor. I appreciate those of you who are new to the channel, those of you who are watching on the replay. If you have the opportunity to hit the like button, please take it. I appreciate it. It helps the channel grow, as does consumption of the content and sharing it out on your socials. If you are a channel member, I doubly thank you. And to those of you that are wrenches at the end of the week, I usually like to say a great big thanks to you because you keep my channel out there. So you guys are the best. That's all I can say. I hope you enjoyed the conversation around Disney, which was, well, it's an S show to say the least. And if you want to hear me curse a bunch, show up on the Late Night Culture show on Sunday here in the States. I will be back at it Sunday on this channel. I may do a gaming stream. We'll see. And maybe not. It's really hard right now. I got to get this project done in the backyard because I really want to show things off. And these are really fun doing these chill streams after the original stream. Bonus stream on Tuesday and Thursday again, or I should say bonus, a 6-minute bonus time stream. So the 6-minute daily will be as scheduled on Tuesday and Thursday, but it will also have bonus time. Monday, I think I will be regular time on my channel, but not necessarily on Midnight's Edge in the morning. I think I have an appointment that I've been pushing back too many times in the last few days that needs to be addressed. Radioactive says, do longer streams. Well, this is almost 3 hours. We're pretty long. And it is almost time for Frolic time. That's right. You can head over to the Friday Frolics over on Doomcock. You can head over to the Friday Night Tights, which is in progress currently over on Nerdrotic's channel. There is Matt Fowler's 100th episode tonight for the MFer. The MFer Cocktail Lounge was Beyond Foul Ball Productions. And you have the Vac Tube tonight, very, very much in the crew with Daryl and the Derelict and everybody over there. I think there is some more stuff that's probably coming up. Maybe you get some puppets tonight, perhaps over on Snowdub's channel. And, well, Loki's. That's right. Loki's late night show on Fridays. You usually find me there. I may drop by there too. It's going to be a busy evening, so I need to take a break, have some food. Love you guys. Really appreciate it. Be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, here come the credits. Bye.
Be seated at this time. We're landing in about 1 minute. Thank you.
Thank you, Olaf. All right, here come the real credits.